Here's a little light of mine that I would never dare to find if you and I didn't collide.
All I wanna do is stay.
You've taken me by surprise. You brought me back to life. You didn't even have to try.
All I wanna do is stay.
Yeah, I'm flying away to the birds in LA and I won't be back. But I promise to you that the miles in between us will never change. The nights we stayed up, it felt okay. Turning to love a million days wouldn't be enough, so I can't stay.
All I wanna do is stay. All I wanna do is stay.
Every time I say goodbye, missing you is hard to hide, but baby it's worth the price.
All I wanna do is stay.
With confidence in your eyes, you've taken off my disguise. I'll never leave that behind.
All I wanna do is stay.
Yeah, I'm flying away to the birds in LA and it hurts so bad. But I promise to you that the miles in between us will never change. The nights we stayed up, it felt okay. Turning to love a million days wouldn't be enough, so I can't stay.
All I wanna do is stay. All I wanna do is stay.
I wish that I could stay. Stop counting down the days. How bittersweet to say. I wish that I could stay.
All I wanna do is stay.
All I wanna do is stay. But nothing will ever change. The nights we stayed up, it felt our pain. Turning to love a million days wouldn't be enough, so I can't stay.
All I wanna do is stay. All I wanna do is stay. All I wanna do is stay. Send my heart into the sound, slowly drifting into your arms. It blows away new directions. It's your turn to know something that is real. The Milky Way, I feel you splendor. You're the weakness that I find, and now the way to Slowly drifted into your arms. It blows away new directions. It's your time to know something that is real. The Milky Way, feel your splendor. You're the weakness that I find. And now the way to forever. Lesson learned, and I know that it was real. Nobody said it'd be easy, but we took a train to the ceiling. And now I'm high on all of my feelings. Don't wake me up from the stream. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I hurt you, but it's nice this time of year. Out in the wild, find a eating. Let's stay a while, never leaving. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Don't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Found you in all of the madness. I heard your voice in the static. Your skin on my skin like a magnet. I won't look down when we crash. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I hurt you, but it's nice this time of year. You turn my world on its axis. I don't care where anything happens. Sound the alarm in my heart. Ah, we're taking off. Sound the alarm Wanna take you sky. Take you sky. Review me right and then review me. Stuck in the review me right and then review me. I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing, but I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing, but I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing, but I'm foolish. I needed you. But I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing, but I'm foolish. I needed you. I needed you.
Summer, where my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait until the summer, when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait until it's summer. I just can't wait until it's
till another. When I got nothing on my mind, I just can't wait to rediscover. When I meet with you again, oh, I just can't wait until the summer. When my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer. When I meet with you again, yeah, I just can't wait until the summer. When my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer. When I meet with you again, yeah, I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait, I just can't wait until the summer. I just can't wait until the
I think that I could feel it. It keeps my time. Every night when I'm dreaming, feels like I'm falling through the ceiling. No, I don't mind, no. Just falling apart. The king's horses and men couldn't mend what is left of my broken heart. And now I finally realize it's what keeps me in line. No, I don't mind. No, I don't mind.
None of this seems right. What am I holding on to? If it could be a black and white, we wait till sunrise. 'Cause I'm not gonna stay for a second last chance. But none of this seems right. What am I holding on to?
Welcome to the Baltic Esports League. My name is Derek Danger and with me is Arlight. We are going to be casters for today. And well, it is the second day of week 3, after which the top 4 teams, after 9 weeks, top 4 teams will go to the HyperTown Tallin, which is going to take place at the end of October.
Yeah, the 20th, 21st October, I checked yesterday.
Yeah. So how are you doing today? Yesterday we had pretty crazy games. Are you ready for today?
Yesterday was really exciting. Like, totally didn't think it's going to be a 1-1. Today it is supposed to be a much more exciting matchup. It's like a second-tier Latvian team versus a second-tier Lithuanian team. So, yeah, I think this is going to be very tough and a very close game. I hope the macro decisions will be much more exciting than yesterday's Akali and Camille dives under the turrets.
Well, yeah, this is a better stylistic matchup, I would say, because yesterday, well, I don't know how to like tell what their style is, because they're just going like a solo queue-esque style with all the pretty much individual plays.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at one point they decide to group up and just finish the game. But now we get Žalgiris and we get Team Conflict Gaming, which both are kind of like team fighting teams. Žalgiris has played more together, so maybe they have the late game synergy figured out, but at the same time we've seen one best of 2 from Team Conflict Gaming so far, and well, they took Dator Pasaules 2-0.
Yeah, but at the same time, in a similar tournament not too long ago, Žalgiris was faced off against Team Conflict Gaming in a best of 3. And Žalgiris was successful in the best of 3, taking 2-0 against Coinflip. And I think the edge that that team has is that Žalgiris have played much longer together, and they have, like, you know, good comfort playing against any team that is not ready macro-wise, because Team Conflict Gaming, they are similar ELO players, similar level, but they do not yet have the synergy that they need to take down Žalgiris. So Žalgiris will be my favorites for this game.
Well, I would say that I would go for 1-1 in terms of predictions, but my player of the game, my player of the series to watch is Riftwolf in this case, because in both games versus Dator Pasaules, he was the main key to victory, and if he can perform to a similar level than in that series, then I think they can grab a game or 2.
Yeah, and I'm very interested in the mid lane matchups because Spožais and Rimtolis are very, like, they're not similar at all in their playstyle. Spožais should take some very aggressive champion and take down Rimtolis, who likes to play very defensive, roaming, farm-intensive champions who want to scale up and be useful in the team fights. That's why Spožais should grab like an Akali maybe, or maybe some similar assassin and negate the effects that Rimtolis could have on the game.
Well, yeah, Rimtolis so far, he's played, if I'm not mistaken, Twisted Fate and Aurelion Sol.
Exactly.
And yeah, those are, well, I wouldn't say that those are the biggest lane pressure champions, but Aurelion Sol just gets out of the lane for free in most cases. So maybe that's something that Team Conflict Gaming wants to ban out. They want that, that action in the mid lane. And Gnomes, well, we saw 2 games of Pantheon on him. One game did not go as well as planned. He fell behind early quite a lot, but he still found some impact. So maybe if he can go for the same Pantheon or similar champion to sway the mid lane matchup, they could actually snowball from it.
I kind of want to disagree because I believe that cheesing out a stable team like Žalgiris will be very hard. Maybe a Pantheon could work against Dator Pasala like we saw the last time, but Dator Pasala aren't too team related as well. That's why I think taking a stable, macro-intensive champion, maybe such as Skarner, which I've seen Gnome play as well, maybe that could work well against Žalgiris, but taking a Pantheon, it's really a big risk in my opinion.
Well, Pantheon is kind of like the new answer, the only answer, like a hard counter to Graves. Which we've seen, and even if you fall behind Graves, you can still fight him from a disadvantage. And yeah, DJ Barsis, he liked those Kindreds, Graves, all the ranged junglers, so...
He loved playing Gragas a lot as well,
yeah.
might I add. So that could be a good counter to Gnome's Skarner if he ever wants to pull it off.
And I would want to see, actually, the top lane matchup, because Smackler versus Onyas. Well, Smackler, he has had like interesting games. He pretty much won the lane versus Chosen One, who was probably the best top laner last season.
Yeah, for
now
sure.
The Chosen One has fallen, I would say, a half a tier lower than before that, but Smackler had a great game on Poppy. He pretty much solo carried his team on it. And, well, Onyas, on the other hand, he's more of a, yeah, from last season we saw that he had great Ornn plays.
Exactly, yeah.
So he's a great teamfight initiator, but teams have to remember that maybe at some point during the season there's going to be a time where Onyas will bring out his Tryndamere. We saw Eugene on the Tryndamere yesterday and it almost worked out.
Yeah, he might take it as an inspiration and bring it out against Žalgiris as well, but I don't see these cheese type of champions working against Žalgiris. They should for sure know how to, abuse the Tryndamere because he's very telegraphed champion. He has one single role, and if you build your top laner or another solo laner correctly, you can negate the effects of a Tryndamere split push very well. Especially if you have like a Twisted Fate in mid lane as well. So you can just choose 2 champions and go take care of the Tryndamere and escalate the game through that.
Well, we'll see how the game escalates. Now maybe, I would say that the big matchup here is going to be the bot lanes, because for both teams, bot lanes is where the action happens for most of the time. Because Smackler and Rimtolis, they're just getting through lanes on their own without much help needed. And Frexy and Apting are the big carries. Frexy stepping up in a couple of games already. And versus Kaiser and Riftwolf, well, I would say it's a pretty close in terms of like straight up lane.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Lane.
But talking more about Kaiser is how he's one of the best statistically wise player for the first couple of weeks. I did check on him and I'm really proud that he's finally stepping up from his poor performance last season on Surreal Gaming, which wasn't a successive team at all, might I add.
They didn't win a single game, but
let's just say
during that season, they had 2 opportunities to take a game, and in both cases...
They had 18 opportunities, but that's okay.
But there were like 2 games which it was guaranteed victory.
Yeah.
And then Kaiser happened.
Yeah, that happens.
But this season, Kaiser has been a big pick for him, and I think that with those mid-game scaling champions, Kaiser can really thrive in this meta.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he has finally found the roster for himself where he feels comfortable. Riftwolf being an aggressive support, I think really complements his playstyle as well. So I'm very, very excited to see how the bot lane matchups play out as well. Might add, I still remember sometimes I have nightmares about Phyrexis, Jhin, and Nafting Alistar in the bot lane. Very strong, two experienced players in the bot lane, and if I see those two champions on them, I'm gonna start dropping my confidence of Team Coinflip Gaming.
Well, I'm not scared of Phyrexis and Nafting, but talking about Alistar is a big pick for both of the supports, at least in the past. But now we saw that Riftwolf really has picked up Pyke, and Pyke seems to be one of his comfort picks at this point.
Yeah, playing champions like Pyke, Alistar, Rakan even. I remember many highlights from the previous season on his Rakan, so I'm excited to see that. I know that Kaiser can play Xayah pretty well, and she's coming back in the meta slowly, and countering champions like Alistar, Xayah is pretty good as well, might I add. And yeah, maybe we'll see some Xayah Rakan action in the bot lane.
Yeah, Xayah Rakan, both of the bot lanes have I have knowledge of Xayah Rakan. I don't know if Kaiser has played a lot of Xayah. I don't know if Phyrexis and Nafting played Xayah Rakan. I know that Riftwolf is a pretty efficient Rakan player.
Yeah.
So let's see if all the pieces come together. And talking about coming together, ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Volt, one of the best services in pretty much all the big cities and Baltics for food delivery. If you haven't tried it yet, try it out. And today we're going to have a giveaway for 10 euros of Volt credit. And if you want to be a part of the giveaway, if you want to participate, just write #Volt and somewhere during the stream we will announce the winner. And well, I don't know, what is your best experience from Volt?
I live in a pretty good neighborhood where there are a lot of restaurants close nearby, and one of my favorite ways to use Volt is I have a restaurant called Lido very close to me, and I really like their pancakes there. And even this morning I used Volt to order some pancakes and freshly squeezed orange juice, and they came in like 16 minutes or something. That's even quicker than I make breakfast for myself. So thanks to Volt, that just fixes many issues once I feel that I need some food during my gameplay.
Well, talking about gameplay, what do you think, which are going to be the big picks and bans? Which are the champions that should not get through the ban phase?
As I mentioned, there's Jhin, one of the strongest marksmen right now. Phyrexis really wants it. I want Jhin out. Maybe, like, not in the first 3 bans, maybe in the next phase. But talking about the junglers, maybe I even see Žalgiris first pick Gragas many times. Maybe they should get rid of that comfort and just get rid of the Gragas, because I wouldn't say that Barsus is the best jungler in Lithuania, and taking away a comfort from a not that experienced player maybe could result in a positive outcome.
Well, let's see now. If you first pick Gragas, it could be answered by something like, I don't know, Poppy and Rakan.
Poppy and Rakan are
or
good
Poppy
calls.
and Pyke, both are pretty strong combos to pick in the first phase in my opinion. So, what do you think? Like, should Poppy get through? Should any other big picks we should worry about?
I mean, if they do want to go for the first pick Gragas, banning out Poppy might be a good choice, because we know Onyos is really good on Poppy as well. But the thing I'm a bit excited about is if these mid laners want to pull out the Akali. I know that Spojai's playstyle is really good for Akali because he's a very experienced Yasuo player, but Rimtol is choosing not the aggressive champions, taking the roaming champions. Maybe it's worth not risking it and banning it out from Spojai's.
And well, talking about banning it out, we are in the champion select. For the first game, Žalgiris is on the blue side. So let's see which are going to be the first bans. Maybe they're listening to us. But yeah, talking about Akali, Spojai's had a great game on Swain versus Akali, so we'll see. Maybe he is up to the challenge, but yeah, in my opinion, Rimtolus is not the player to really pick up these kind of champions.
Yeah, and we see an Irelia ban coming out, a Zerath as well. That's very extraordinary. Why would they? I mean, I know Rimtolus is really good on these champions, but what's the point in banning these low-risk champions that can't impact the early game as much from Rimtolus when he has such a wide champion pool?
No, wait. Do you know which champion Zerath counters the most? And it's probably one of the champions that Spuzes has played a lot in the past. So
I mean,
maybe
like a Zir?
Yeah, maybe Spuzes wants to go for the Azir here.
Okay, let's not spoil it for Žalgiris. They're gonna get a bit scared. But as you mentioned, Pike being banned away from Riftwolf. Big risk champion as well. That's a huge danger for the team. Swain banned out as well. But Azir is really good against Swain. I'm not sure.
But, well, Frexy probably is capable of playing Swain.
But has he pulled it out before? It's not like he's such a strong champion now. I remember that picking Swain botlane was really good because the stopwatch was available earlier than the 10th minute mark because he counters the dives that happen on the botlane turret very well using the stopwatch and his ultimate. But banning it out as the second pick, I can't see through their strategy. And another fighter, Bruiser, banned out by Žalgiris. That's the Jax taken away from Onya's.
Now Poppy is still open, so let's see, maybe Smackler will just go for the first pick Poppy. It's always a solid pick, nothing really that can be punished when you do that.
Let's see.
Only thing, yeah, maybe the Gragas ban here could be something,
okay,
but no,
so
that is Kaisa.
What is happening? It's the Kaiser's pick. Do they think Kaisa would be the first pick?
No, maybe they want to go for the Jin Alistair themselves or Zyro.
Right now, after the first pick. Okay, let's see if they pick the Gragas here, because I know that's a big comfort for them. 10 seconds, Smackler, you can do it. Pick the Gragas. Maybe it might be a jungler as well. Because
an interesting thing, this was during the last week as well. Braum locked in, so maybe they're expecting Anyas to go for the Ornn.
Probably.
Or, well, Braum can go together pretty much almost every AD carry in the roster. Always a solid pick. Braum does lose most of the lanes if you're not proactive, but it's great for gank setups.
Alright, I did see the brand hover, but might it be Lulu here? Are they really putting everything onto Kaiser this game? Why would they first pick Lulu now? Don't they have any priority picks to take? There's like...
And well, that is probably not Lulu.
Okay, Lulu is Kindred, as I see from the placeholders. Okay, so Kindred is picked up. I see. Why can't they just pick Annie and say it's a placeholder? Why does it have to be Lulu? Alright, so Kindred taken away. The Gragas is still really good against Kindred, I feel, because he can use his ultimate to get them out of the ulti. And the Mumu is Xayah, as I mentioned. So they cannot pick Rakan anymore. They're just gonna save it as the third pick, probably. So Kindred, Xayah, Rakan. I don't see how it... Maybe it's actually enough. Do they want to take Ornn here, since they have a Braum already? But, you know, Xayah is pretty good against Ornn as well.
Well, they could pick up the Poppy if they wish to.
Yeah, might be.
Poppy is pretty solid all in all. There are not many counters to Poppy from what I can recall at this point. Trundle is one of them historically.
Yeah, Trundle is strong.
Yeah, but Trundle is not in the roster, but maybe they can pick up Poppy because Poppy in the jungle has been popping off also.
Let's
and
see,
if Smackler wants to go for something like, okay, that's Braum, Varus and botlane, and that is super strong duel. Varus was nerfed, but those nerfs did not really affect his laning phase that much. A little bit of health less in the early game, but at the same time Varus doesn't really take damage in the early game, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I actually really like the draft from Žalgiris so far. Oh, and there's a dodge coming out already.
And well, dodge coming out.
I think Team Coinflip Gaming didn't have Žalgiris players on the friend list, so they weren't quick enough to tell about the placeholders, but I did message them in time, I believe.
Well, let's see what happened. Oh, okay. Then, yeah, play is a little bit too slow on everything. So...
Okay, so there's just some technical stuff.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah, they didn't accept the friend request.
well.
Okay, so they're
that
probably
happens.
just gonna repick the 2 picks
Yeah.
after.
So far, Braum, Varus, and Trundle. Now Trundle can go in the top lane as well, but probably is going to be
Probably not.
probably is going to be the jungle matchup versus Kindred. And I don't really like Trundle versus Kindred because Kindred can kite
Kindred's really
Trundle
good.
better than Graves even can.
Yeah, but Barces is one of the players that likes to take it safe, just playing for his team. He's not going to contest the scuttlers too much. Maybe he'll just use the mid lane priority, top lane priority, and get scuttlers that way. Other than that, I think he doesn't really care if he gets a bad matchup or not. Trundle is a strong pick. As I said before, he's comfortable first picking Gragas as well. So just a stable player overall. He's not afraid to experiment and face
Well, we saw
any
yesterday
counter-picks.
a great combo between Trundle and Victor.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you can combine that similar principle only with like the same Aurelion Soul or Twisted Fate, you can really catch out people in the jungle or maybe in solo lanes in the later stages of the game. And Trundle, well, pretty much always useful. He always gets tanky off of the enemies with his ultimate. And usually Trundles go for the Zeeks first, so even supporting the damage output of his team.
Yeah. Like Zeeks together with Varus is a very strong combo as well. So as we mentioned before, this is Kindred and Xayah picked for Team Coinflip Gaming, and now they changed a couple of picks because they didn't have the info on what Coinflip picked before. So they changed the Trundle for Xin Zhao, as you said.
And Xin Zhao is a much scarier pick.
Into
Especially
Kindred,
if you're
yeah.
Kindred, because Xin Zhao is one of the few champions that can really catch up to Kindred and fight her in the early game, because Kindred does not have like a crazy amount of damage in the early game. I don't think she can like win a 1v2 to like, I don't know, 4 stacks and a completed item plus boots.
Okay, so Amumu is Rakan. As I mentioned before, they don't want it banned out. They're just going for Kindred, Xayah, Rakan. Very squishy champions, but the Zhalgris side doesn't have the Gragas to negate Kindred's Lamb's Respite. So they're gonna stay alive pretty long together with Xayah's ultimate as well. So the squishiness won't be such a huge problem. And yeah, as you mentioned, mid lane priority is very important in this meta. So Anivia is banned out from Rumtalis. It's a very good comfort pick for him. I'm scared of his Anivia as well, being a Vladimir player. And yeah, let's see what Zhalgris wants to take away from them. Tryndamir banned out. Watching the stream.
Well, for both teams, still mid lane, top lane is yet to be picked up. Now, from Team Coinflip Gaming, I would like to see some engage or some disengage. The same Gragas in top lane could be applied here.
Yeah. I think Gragas would benefit them very well, because there's like a Braum and Varus that wants to lock you up, a Xin Zhao that jumps in, and if Gragas can buy them enough time for Varus' ultimate to wear off, for Braum's ultimate to wear off, just knock enemies away.
Separate the team fight and just focus down one member.
Yeah, that's another option as well. So they need, okay, Popwi, as we mentioned, very strong pick into these champions as well. Fulfills a similar role as Gragas, as you mentioned. Just knock away the Xin Zhao when he comes in, uses his ulti, or maybe even the Braum. Now let's see what solo laners are picked up by Zhalgris here, because Anivia and Kassadin are banned already. So it's basically like 4 mid laners banned from the side of Coinflip Gaming.
Yeah, they are respecting that maybe Rimtalis does not have the biggest pressure in lane, but he has big pressure in the general game.
Yeah, and actually I wanted to ask you, maybe you know, I haven't seen Maokai that much. I actually haven't seen him at all the last couple of months. Does his W get stopped by Poppy's anti-dash ability?
No, it does not, but at the same time, well, okay, they go for the full teamfight comp as Zhalgris usually does.
The safe thing, yeah.
Now, at the same time, I don't agree with Maokai. I would say something like Ornn would be better here, because Maokai straight up loses to Poppy in the later game. There's no way for him to just stand his ground. So let's see, and whoa, what do we have here?
Was it really the Lux?
Now Orion was locked in from one side, and it could be Lux mine as well, because Lux is one of those champions. that, well, I know that she counters Orianna. I've never won an Orianna lane with the Lux, but theoretically it should work. Everyone says that it works because Lux has bigger range, but I don't know. I usually run out of mana, and then it's trouble for me because Orianna just autos the wave, pushes in, and then I'm struggling under the turret trying to CS.
I'm so excited for the Lux pick actually, because there are a lot of critics out there that do not like Lux at all, and on the previous teams I've played, I've been actually spamming Lux recently in solo queue as well, and any time that the coach is on my side and wants me to pick the Lux in scrims, everyone is like, guys, I'm dodging this. This is not going to work. Lux is useless.
Well, this is going to be the third Lux in this season we've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first one was like last week. Yeah, last week. I think that was last week, but I know that Duke Sidewalk had one game with Lux. It was a defeat, and then Salius had one game in Lux, but that was bot lane Lux.
Oh yeah, you said the Lux Xerath combo bot lane.
Lux Xerath and bot lane.
But they did win, right?
They smashed.
Alright, they smashed.
Because, well, there's nothing you can do with that. They just poke you out. And afterwards, let's see. So far, 50% win rate for the Lux. Maybe we can clinch it to 66%.
You know, I was full on train Žalgiris for this game until I saw the last pick Lux. I'm very excited for that, even though champions like Xinjiao are very strong against Lux, but I want to see like him catching out the Varus or the Orianna. I think Orianna won't go for the cleanse here for sure, so Lux might be a big threat for the team of Žalgiris.
Nah, it's super annoying to play champions like Varus versus the Lux, but in this case they get Braum. So the big threat of not being able to get in range to auto attack because there's like an E standing on the ground zoning you out is not quite here. Now, Spožas will have to play around, pretty much around the Braum shield and around Vision if he wants to get some crucial picks in the game. And I don't know if Team Conflict Gaming has a better vision control than Žalgiris.
What I really like is the fact that Žalgiris went for the CC heavy teamfight composition, but on the side of Team Conflict Gaming they have two marksmen, which is Kindred and Xayah, and they have two heavy shielding champions like Lux and Rakan, who can complement these self-surviving marksmen very well, because Kindred has her ult, Xayah has her ult, Poppy for the disengage, Rakan for the engage, looks for the lockdown, looks for the, executes. Everything seems very well rounded for Conflict Gaming, and there's a bunch of wave clear as well.
Now, I would say 100% in this game, Poppy will have the most damage, no matter what. And I think that in teamfights, there is not going to be a way for Poppy to die. As you mentioned, all the shields and stuff, Poppy is naturally tanky. And, well, I don't know if Varus will have the damage to get through the Poppy, and that's my big concern here, because Orianna, well, she can just throw one, maybe two combos in a team fight till the main members die. And Varus, well, if he focuses Poppy, then his front line is going to be melted because, well, Maokai is just going to be there. He's going to CC, try to CC, maybe set up some plays together with Truntolis, some combos with the Shockwave. If that does not work out, you can always flash out the Shockwave. Well, you can try.
But speaking more about the Shockwave, Žalgiris need to be careful not to pull all the 5 triggers at once, because Coinflip have a lot of surviving abilities. They have the Poppy ultimate, and if Žalgiris pull out the ultimate from Maokai, the Xinjiao engage, Shockwave, Chain of Corruption, and Braum's ultimate as well, if they use everything in a quick succession and don't communicate properly, Team Coinflip Gaming can deal with that one wave of ultimates and the one wave of CC, and it can be turned around very quickly because they've used everything and they won't have enough disengage to follow through the 2 marksmen that are running at you, shielded by the Rakan and Lux. So Žalgiris need to be communicative about their ultimates and the usage of CC in teamfights.
Now, I know this might sound crazy, but in my opinion, this would be the perfect, correct me if I'm wrong, but this would be the perfect game for Team Conflict Gaming to do a lane swap from level 1.
Level 1 lane swap. So you want Poppy to stand against Varus and Braum?
Yeah, Poppy is going to stand against Varus and Braum under the turret. She is going to... Okay, the bot lane turret is a bit squishier, but at the same time, there's no way how to save Smackler. Smackler is a lot squishier in the early game, and well, if Gnomes just play around that, then... Well, it's not going to happen, but it's just a wild theory that could... I would say that Team Conflict Gaming, even with that 8-minute turret shield, could take the turret 2 minutes faster than Phyrexia and Aftin could.
I'm actually starting to wonder, do Coinflip Gaming have substitutes on the roster? Because it might be Penguins playing for them in the jungle right now, because it is his account. So that's still a question mark for me. Maybe I'll get a confirmation from the players later along the series.
Well, you can write them pretty much now.
Alright, I'll check.
So we know that before the game starts. And well, more about when before the game starts. Remember to write #Vault if you want to participate in the today's Vault giveaway for 10 euros Vault credit. And well, as the players are loading in, what do you think? Are we going to see something like a crazy invade for Vision level 1? Because I believe that Team Conflict Gaming, they have a... Well, both teams like have a great level 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, Team Conflict Gaming are worse at the defense rather than offense in this case.
I really want to see the as I like to call it, the Russian special from Conflict Gaming using the Rakan, the only champion from all of these who has a CC that can cross walls at level 1. So maybe if they, you know, Žalgiris are known for being a safe team, they're just going to cover the vision, and this engage that I'm this invade that I'm proposing is perfect for it. So you just have Rakan walk over one of the walls, come up behind, and if Rakan can catch someone out of position, he can use his W and the Lux Q to chain it up, and that's going to be first blood for sure. So let's see if they think of something like that up.
Yeah, but there's not many places from the red side you can actually go for that invade.
I mean, no, for sure. You can just go top lane through the the tri-bush, and you can from the river bush you can just jump over to the enemy tri-bush. So one of the players is probably going to stand alongside the river near the blue buff, and you're just going to come around and meet one of the players there, and the Lux can already be there to answer that with her Q chained up with Grand Entrance from Riftwolf.
Well, you can also start stand behind me on Braum and just wait. Not waste, I would say, since ZAL could use his flash to get over the wall.
Alright.
Stand behind me.
So the double
and then
invade.
there are 2 people dead.
Okay,
but then you get no engage because you get stand behind me, and since ZAL is in the enemy territory without flash, so there's that.
But Braum still has his flash, so you can just flash an auto attack to start the passive off. So there's still many possibilities up for Žalgiris to do a similar tactic as I proposed from Team Coinflip Gaming.
Will they just mirror it?
Or might be so. One of them goes top, one of them goes bot.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned from red side, there's not much places to engage, to do this invade that I proposed, but there's actually many places. Like I'm starting to imagine you can go with the Dragon Pit, jump over behind the red buff. One of them is going to stand near the river, and you could just go behind one of the targets like that. And you know, yeah, there's so many options possible.
Now I would say that DJ Barsis in this game really needs to... I would suggest them to go for the invade, because it's super crucial for, to know where Kindred is starting and where Kindred will pass, because you will see which Skull Crab will be the first marked target.
Yeah.
And since ZAL can pretty much, I would say, fight Kindred early game, level 2, level 3, probably one of the strongest champions in the roster, except for maybe, well, yeah, 1v1 for sure. Maybe Warwick.
But an interesting thing that Xin Zhao gets very rarely seen in LCS. So slowly, these 1v1 winning matchups in the jungle don't seem as effective.
Well, we are in the game, by the way.
Once the water walking got nerfed, the 1v1s aren't as exciting anymore. And yeah, okay, nothing interesting. Everyone just taking it slow, taking it boring. You see like how acting stands. If they would just walk in the Dragon Pit, if they would just walk in the dragon pit and jump over, you can literally stand here next to Afting in the bush as Rakan with his W up.
Yeah, but you have to wait for W to come up back again.
There's a lot of time for that. And similar with Smackler, if they would just go top, jump over the bush, in the tri-bush. Guys, please, listen to me. This is actually genius against against Žalgiris.
Now, I would like to see some lane dominant play from... Yeah, and the first ball goes down.
Interesting that Oriana didn't start her E, by the way. Because, you know, you usually start E against champions with bigger range than you. And Lux looking to poke you out early already. Let's see if he lands another E. Nah.
Well, Lux has been historically good against... Lux is like the IO trained you champion, because Lux has been picked. Like there was a trifecta, there was like Azir, then Xerath had bigger range than him, then Lux had bigger range than Xerath, and then somewhere along those lines there's also Vel'Koz. So.
Oh yeah, Vel'Koz, pretty contested pick in the professional scene as well recently, and you know, obviously bot lane getting the priority. Let's see where the Kindred mark shows up. Zinjao going for top lane, but it is warded out, so he was spotted in the mark.
And yeah, the mark is not working out. So far we've seen like 5 or 6 Kindreds and only one of them had the perfect mark at level 2.
Okay, so mid lane, we can see Grimtal is getting the hand already.
And well,
dodging out his Z's. Look, he's winning the trades, he has the priority for now.
Oh, that looks like my Lux. A little bit.
Like your oh, she started Corruption Potion and Dematerializer. Why would you have Dematerializer on Lux when you have such good wave clear and outpush potential?
Well, maybe. I don't know the numbers, but that's probably to last hit the casters at like level 9. Well, one shot the casters at level 9 with just maybe. Last chapter and something.
Alright, that's what you
usually do.
But maybe you should have just went for like... She's obviously going for a Time Warp Tonic. And maybe get biscuits as well, or maybe the maybe just trade it in for the ultimate cooldown and the summoner cooldown, which is in the 3rd tier of inspiration. But nothing exciting. The junglers haven't met yet, just choosing to farm out their jungle. And yeah, Smackler having priority as well, so Žalgiris looking strong for now. Mid and top is under control. Now we see some aggressive play from Penguins actually, so it is Penguins in the jungle.
Alright, so that is Penguins. That's like, if I'm not mistaken, this is the debut for him in the BSL?
Very probably, yeah, and he's walking up behind Oriana.
He is going for the level 3 gank counter Oriana. Romtol is quite low.
To be honest, I would have just flashed by Kindred there, by the way. I would have just flashed Q'd, got the slowdown, and Lux can chain up her slow as well. That would have been a flash from Brimtalis there as well. Okay, there's a ping coming out. There's a fight against Kindred, I see.
But DJ Barsus is low on mana. He flashed forwards.
I don't think Penguins had to flash there, but you know, just taking it safe. Taking it safe, not a problem.
Yeah, you do not want to take chances versus someone like ZAL who can snowball the game pretty crazily.
But you know, he already used his flash, he already used his dash, and Kindred still has her jumps and her slow, and she had to stop her.
Red Bull goes for an engage, and that's a losing trade. So
that's a losing trade for sure. Will the stun come out?
Is a tough combo. Ripple has to use the cleanse and the flash.
Oh, and the flashy
goes in for the first blood.
Oh my god, and the flashy from Varus coming out clutch, and a bit of an early cleanse from Riffolf. Maybe he could have waited for the ignite to come out, because right as he used the cleanse, the ignite was used by Afting. What a great play by them. And the flash from Varus, oof, it was perfect. I love the play. And we do see that a Comet for him is picked up as well, so that's going to be a poke Varus. Very good choice against these marksmen and the Lux, who can't really get on you that easily. Except for like a Poppy flank or like a Rakan flash. That's the only way you can get on the Varus.
The Poppy is the only tanky member on the Team Conflict Gaming side, so Varus will have a field day once he picks up a Dirk or two.
We see Smackler still having the priority. Anya's having a bit of trouble against the Maokai, but it was a blind pick Poppy into Maokai anyhow, so...
Yeah, but Poppy only struggles till like the first item. Let's see if she goes for the Spectre Scowl or something, and after which, well, there should be no trouble for her.
For sure, yeah. And she's not too far behind in farm as well, so she's feeling pretty comfortable. Oh, I love how Rimtalis is playing the Orianna. He's just going straight for Sork Shoes, having the Corruption Potion. Maybe if he had enough money, he'd get a Dark Seal as well. That would be absolutely great. And
the only problem with Boots Rush is that you have to use the movement speed.
yeah, exactly, but you're like standing against a Lux, so it's perfect. But the perfect way to negate this 1100 gold buy, which is Sork Shoes, is just get a null magic mantle, and you're like the Sork Shoes become absolutely useless damage-wise. So you like negate the power spike completely.
No, Lux went for the Dark Seal. And well, there's a gank on the bot lane. DJ Burst goes on to Rift over Rift. Wolf has no flash. Kaiser will have to flash early. And well,
I mean, that's a flash from a marksman.
yeah, that's a flash from Marksman. Pre-level 6, so I don't know if they'll be able to abuse this situation.
But
The
there's
next
still
flash.
oh, and an ultimate
Rimtalis.
final spark coming out from Spojes onto Rimtalis, but he still does have enough
But
HP to live
here
out.
comes Penguins from side, or does
Oh no,
he?
Pigman is just going to farm out the jungle. Bot lane
And well,
pressure coming out.
Shockwave, so trading ultimates between mid lanes. But if you look at that, Smackler and
It's flagging, there's
DJ Barsis,
3,
they're
4
all
champions
going on
mid
to
lane.
Spojes does have both summoners, and he'll have to flash the Maoka route.
Alright, good flash by Spojes, not greeting it out. Because, you know, several champions were close there. And Riftwolf actually in trouble. Maybe a Q will land on him.
Q, empowered Q would do it.
Why are they not just going for it? They are flashless. Just move on to the
Ah,
Zaya.
well,
Zaya
Kaiser-
is done. Zaya is done,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Kaiser is dead and nothing to do the second
Is it
kill for
teleport?
Prexy.
Teleport came out from Anya's there in the bot lane as well. That's very faithful towards his teammates who are already dead. Maybe he felt a bit overexcited, but yeah, that's 2 kills already for Žalgiris.
And that is pretty scary, falling behind the lethality virus, who is not going to fall off in the next 30 minutes.
A very great ward actually in the river near Drake, set by the side of CoinFlip Gaming. Next
And
to
well,
the-
DJ Marsus has no flash, he might be in
Oh,
trouble,
grand
gets
entrance.
knocked off. And here comes Penguins, the blue buff gets smited.
He should be dead here, right? There's no
Now,
flashes for...
Chains of Corruption comes in, but Penguins claims the kill. And
Alright.
well, he has the mark, so the first mark for Penguins, finally.
Okay, they need to use this priority to get the Drake now. They need to move into, push out the waves, move into the river. Maybe Lux can use her. Oh, Lux is already low, but Orianna is low as well. Maybe Lux should just ult the wave, and Varus is backing as well.
Well,
They should
he
just go
is
for
waiting
Drake.
for a combo. Let's see if he can get it.
They should go for the wave, for the waves and the Drake now. He's just wasting time trying to.
And,
Okay,
well,
it's a good try. Good try.
The ultimate lands, but the damage is not quite there.
And now he has to deal with all these champions and all these minions. I mean, the wave without any mana. That's going to waste a lot of his time. Now,
Well,
actually, Penguins?
ooh.
No, that's
He-
fine.
So far for Penguins is he's almost there for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
And now DJ Bors is near the bot side, but backing away right as Riftwolf and Kaiser are going for the pink ward.
Finally, they're just clearing some vision in the river, getting some control there. And Zinja is moving.
And yeah, he
Oh, in the mid
he
lane,
will
there's
be
actually a
spotted.
fight! Splash is getting a solo kill onto Rimtalis. How did that turn out? He didn't have any ultimate, but now Grand
Barsus
Entrance coming
get
out to
knocked
Barsus.
up.
Zaya ultimate coming out. Feather Call deals
And
a
well,
huge amount of
can
damage.
you turn this? Kaiser is super low. Will he fall?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
he will.
Very good try, but the Ignite coming out and there's so much damage from the Varus as well. And that's just a 1-for-1, like a kill in bot lane, but a solo kill by Spojes. I'm very proud of him, pulling it off with a Lux against the Sorkshoe Orianna. How did
And
that
Orianna
happen?
still has the flash.
Yeah, she still has the flash.
So
and
probably that was from some off angle.
maybe I don't know, maybe he's like very good with using auto attack. Spojes is playing some Marksman Lux in his normal games as well.
Now,
I can't know.
at this point, I would say that mid lane is even.
Yeah, the minion advantage still for Rimtalis, but
Because like kill is something like 15 CS.
I think I
around
would have
that.
voted there from... Okay, that's not too serious. I would have voted there by Rimtalis. He would have cleared all the minions and gotten Lux very low. So.
Well, Riff will taking a significant poke from Frexy. Frexy already with the lucidity boot, so
3 kills for him.
boot rush is the name of the game this game.
Okay, so they just need to wait for Anya's teleport, maybe. they should go for a dive bot lane when the time comes, because you know Varus can't withstand aggression like that. So maybe they should move behind and set ward near the Krugs for Poppy to come behind, and they need to get the shutdown onto the Varus soon.
You have to be super careful when you're diving both Varus or Braum like separately. If you dive them both, it is a recipe for disaster, because there's so many ways how that dive can go wrong.
I mean, yeah,
with the Unbreakable, with the Chain of Corruptions.
But Lux can like get priority mid and step down and use her final spark as well. But now they're going for the Mountain Drake. Let's see if Žalgiris have the means to answer it. Penguin's already very low. Will the Shockwave come out?
Shockwave.
It misses, but now Kaiser is in trouble. Oh, there's actually Grand Entrance hits onto Orianna. Rimtollis goes down, and that's a kill for Team Coilflip Gaming. Nice answer by them. The Shockwave misses, but at the meantime they're going for the Herald. Onyas notices it, but the Herald is already down.
Well, Onyas, where are you going in?
Oh, he's in trouble now.
Wait. Onyas does have flash, and
okay, he's just gonna flash out, but botlane there's a fight onto happening. Riffwolf already low, almost the passive has proc onto him, but there's a flash from Penguins already. Is he going to have enough damage?
Land. They are going in. Frexy flashes in, gets the kill.
Gets Kaiser, but happening should go down as well.
Chain of Corruption. Get the double kill.
Chain of Corruption goes on to Riffwolf. A little bit more. He's going to go down.
That is the double kill. And here comes Spojas from side. Frexy surely fall here. And a big shutdown coming down for Spojas. Spojas with 3 kills already.
But Frexy is the only champion with any kills this game. He has 5 kills. But there's like 2 kills for the Coilflip Gaming jungler and 3 kills for the mid laner. They could use this priority to do anything on the map. But the problem is, wait, who got the... Okay, Coilflip Gaming got the Mountain Drake. But at the same time, the first tower hasn't been taken down yet, and they do have the Herald. So Žalgiris need to be quick to realize they need to use the Herald on the bot lane, because that's the lowest turret in the game right now.
Should you really use it on bot lane?
I mean...
Because after which, if they, for example, fall behind here, it's going to be pretty rough taking down the mid lane, although Rimtollis is doing the job here.
Okay, Penguins with aggressive play, but he has to go down.
He has no ultimate. Oh, and the final spark is going to be flashed, but Penguins gets the kill.
The solo kill, also forcing 2 summoners out from Rimtollis.
And well, what do we have here? Kaiser getting caught out, he has to use the flash.
Oh, will that be enough?
Bite.
Okay, that's going to be enough. But Penguins with such a, like in his debut, with such an aggressive play onto the mid laner.
And well, they are going for the first turret in bot lane.
Alright, yeah, as I mentioned, getting the bot lane turret, they should push out the waves mid lane, bot lane, and swap to top lane quick while they have the priority.
Now they still get the Herald for mid lane, if they wish to use it that way.
Wait, will they push further? Xayah is
probably
flashless.
Not.
There's like a... If they actually freeze the minions there onto the wave that they just finished off, they could have stacked 2 waves and used Herald for another turret.
But is it really worth taking a bot lane tier 2 so early in the game? Because at that point...
Oh, wait, there's an actual aggressive play coming out into the jungle. There's a huge AoE from Spojas. Will the final spark come out? But Maokai flies out by the ultimate. Grand Entrance looking for Varus, but he can't reach him. Riffwolf goes down to Smackler, and now the next target...
Kaiser gets one final spark.
What a shockwave! Onto the 2 carries of Team Coilflip Gaming.
Smackler falls.
Everyone goes down. Team Coilflip Gaming picking up kills left and right.
Anya's trying to catch out Frexy.
Frexy
will you get something? No!
Kaiser gets the kill onto Frexy.
Kaiser gets 2 kills this fight.
And that's 4-4-1. What a crazy fight, but there's 2 Onyas trying to battle it out for the pink ward. Will he get it?
He has the Spectre Skull, he's pretty safe.
Chugging onto the Corruption Potion as well. What a crazy fight, even though the shockwave from Rimtollis was very beautiful onto the 2
talking
carries.
about Rimtollis is in a savage position. He has no shockwave, but he can do it.
Oh my god, he's just going for the small raptors. Alright.
But Kinder got a mark over there.
Lux barely actually recalled there. Braum was already face checking the bush. But yeah, good job by Coilflip Gaming. What a well executed fight. I think Spojas was the MVP of that one. Together with Onyas, he dealt so much damage there with his AoE spells.
And now, well, already Penguins with 4 stacks. That's like halfway to victory. Yeah, because I believe if you get like 8 stacks on Kindred, there's pretty much no way how to lose the game.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to see Lux pop off in the next team fights as well.
Lux already with 10 Doxial stacks.
Exactly, he's like 4-0. Just get the Magi's,
yeah,
dude.
get the Magi's.
Get the Magi's and play it smart. Now the top line is next objective for Žalgiris. Let's see.
And well, Kaiser is not having a good time over there.
Okay,
And
so Herald is spawned in mid lane.
And
Oh, and the
there's a
final
fight
spark
on bot
hits
lane.
Frexy. He's
Frexy
so
is
low already.
low, but Chains of Corruption will stop the engage.
Alright, Orianna pushing in mid lane, the turret. This is a perfect use of the Herald here actually. So while Lux is rotating towards the top lane, they disengaged properly and the mid lane tower falls.
They will get a lot of damage on the
Oh, and
tier
he's
2 as
actually
well.
caught? But he doesn't have final spark, okay, that's just going to be half health of Rimtalis. Just need to finish off the Herald here, but the top lane counter aggression onto the turret of top lane. Will it be enough? Not for now, but the next wave is a cannon wave, so they should be...
And here comes DJ Barsis.
Oh, but he's already dead. No, Lamb's Respite
No.
comes out clutch.
He used his ultimate as well. Now DJ Barsis, are you going for that? Well,
What?
he wanted to.
Okay, so the ultimate guaranteed entrance hits only on Tofting, but a snipe from Frexy takes care of Kaiser, no problem. And that's just another shutdown for Frexy. He cashes in the gold. Kaiser did get a couple of kills beforehand. And yeah, they're just going to push out another turret. Already 3 turrets for Žalgiris probably, and 0 turrets for Coinflip Gaming. They're not doing their best controlling the waves.
And while Spoja is from side, does not connect.
Okay,
The
wow!
CCG gets
What a
Rintolis.
combo! What a combo by Spoja. He's really experienced onto the Lux. I'm very glad that he can pull off these plays.
Well, last season he played a lot of Agar, and those champions I believe are pretty similar.
Yeah, one of them has to hit their ultimate, I believe. One
Well,
of them
true
doesn't.
that.
That's a big difference there, but okay. The jungle and the mid lane for Coinflip Gaming are doing the best to carry out this game, while the bot lane aren't too great. I don't know, I think that the biggest minus I see for Coinflip Gaming, mechanically, they're doing fine, they're doing really good, but the wave control, the wave management and the rotations aren't the best I've seen, because many moments we see waves building up onto the side lanes and just Varus walking up trying to hit the turrets, so it's like 3 outer turrets already dead.
And at this point, even though it's a 2-for-0 turret lead, the gold is dead even, which is going to change after this mid falls, if it's going to fall.
Okay, they're just going for... So they put Lux top to clear out the waves and they're
And the
just
second
trying
mountain
to...
drake, that's actually pretty huge because...
2
Okay,
marksmen.
they do not have turrets yet, but if they get an opportunity to just walk up to them, they can melt turrets by turrets.
Yeah. They have like 2 marksmen as well who can take turrets really fast, same as the Baron, might I add. And, you know, Lux and Rakan are really good in controlling the choke points when you're coming up to Baron. So that's a really good combo, and the mountain should come in handy very soon. And yeah, as I mentioned, I don't know, like mid lane getting pushed up here as well, very far. Maybe it's like a strategy to play it out safe and scale, but I don't know, giving away priority that easily just to take some raptors from the jungle maybe isn't the best call when you're a Lux.
And now the only champion who can use the Duskblade buffs or changes last patch, because Duskblade's active damage was heavily nerfed. Meanwhile, it was given 3 more lethality.
3 more lethality.
Yeah, but Varus does not auto attack. Like, especially he cannot proc Dusk.
Oh wait, there's a
procs.
kill onto penguins in the jungle. Perfect vision control from Žalgiris, just taking away the jungler just like that. Finally, he falls, and that's a shutdown for Orianna. Maybe she will have enough gold to come back into the game. But mid lane still, there's no priority for either of the teams. But Smackler being smart to come up and push out the wave, as Poppy won't get the turret bot lane anyhow. Finally, they're working out of their priorities. And what are they going to choose to do next? Just clearing out the vision near Baron. That's a very smart play to play topside jungle of the enemy team.
Well, they have to be careful. They have to walk with Braum as the
Just ulti the waves,
as the
Spoja.
front member. And yes,
Fantastic.
Spoja is doing it great.
Fantastic.
Now they are going to tank a turret.
But since they give away priority so much, there's already a new wave in mid lane, and that's a tower going down for Koifuku. But there's an engage from Maokai Smackler picking off Luca, but no, he doesn't.
And well,
Smackler
big
goes down in
ranked
the turret.
entrance with the
What a
quickness
grand
from
entrance.
Riftwolf.
That's a
Can
kill
they
onto
get
Smackler.
this?
But is
Yeah,
it going to be a
Smackler falls.
chase? Oh, there's a teleport from Onya's. Will he do a good flank? But they're so far away. He's going
And
to
gets
flash
a
onto
flash
Brexy.
stun into the wall.
Barsis
Barsis falls.
goes down, but
now
he's
they're
still
on the
moving in.
retreat.
There's too
Now
much
let's see
shockwave coming
Shockwave.
out onto Penguins.
Gets the
At the
Penguins in
snipe.
a snipe.
Onto
Catch that
Kaiser. But
now
Luca
Spoja
coming
from
in.
side does not connect anything yet. He has to wait, maybe shield for a little bit. Now,
Okay.
as I mentioned, Poppy on Kilburn, this
Oh, there's a final
situation,
spark.
one
Final
more
spark
hit
comes
will
out.
do it, and they, yeah,
Oh,
they
he
get
hits
after.
onto Varus and Onya's
look
just
at that, Onya's
bashing
just
them.
just running over them.
Absolutely bashing them. Is he gonna run for Rimtolis as well? He is
He has no
flashless.
flash, yeah, he already used that.
Oh my god.
And now that's going to be a teleport from Smackler.
Will
Now
they
let's see if
return
he
the
can
fight?
get something.
Okay, they're just backing off, that's fine, but... Wow, what a great flank from Onyas there, and great AoE usage of Spojais during the team fight. Smackler went a bit too crazy there, diving under the turret against these marksmen that can melt you really quickly, but...
And at this point, yeah, as I mentioned, Poppy is unkillable, especially when you get Lux Shields.
Yeah, but did you see the turnaround? The two marksmen getting picked off one by one using the shockwave and the
piercing arrow.
Frexy. Yeah, that's so crazy that they cannot find the answers. Coinflip Gaming cannot find anything to do after these one team fights. Finally, one turret goes down. Okay, so there's something going on for Coinflip Gaming finally, but the gold lead is still a bit
Anya's
sad.
got the turret on bot lane as well.
Oh, he did right before the teleport. Now they finally need to move in and set some vision. Maybe it's an engage onto Hafting, but I'm not sure. Flash!
And a flash
Grand entrance!
engage.
A Q.
And Hafting
No.
flashes it at the very last frame.
Okay, so that's a flash from him, but there's a flash from Rakan already used as well, so
Now,
that wasn't
what
enough.
can Frexy do here? Because his poke is hurting quite a lot.
They shouldn't have given away the river control, but as I mentioned again, the mid priority. What are you doing, Coinflip Gaming? The waves are just pushed up constantly. They can't move into the river just because mid lane is pushed up. They should just leave one player in the mid lane. Just
And now a big wave stacking a bot as well. And Anyas does not have the
this
teleport.
is going to be bad. They
And
need
they
to
are
team fight
going
right
for-
now, and there's a Q hit onto him already, but they're scared of the shockwave, scared of the
And the
shockwave.
shockwave
Spojais.
hits only Spojais, but Spojais
But he's
gets
very
shielded
low
and
already.
he's going to
He's
fall.
going down. That's a shutdown, and now they're going for Kaiser as well. That's 2 kills picked up by them.
And that could be Baron unless Penguins has something else to say.
And that's 2 kills for them. That's going to be a Baron for sure, but Penguins still
They
alive.
do not have the vision right over the wall.
If they lose this Baron, this is going to be horrible because the waves are building up in bot lane as well. Penguins have to make it clutch, use his debut power spike to steal this Baron away. Let's see how
Now
it
they
turns
are
out. They
going
have
for,
vision.
for the engage.
Oh, the chain of corruption misses, but Smackler moving in. Lamb's respite comes out, but the damage has
Frexy
been stopped
super
by
low.
them. Frexy, he's going down! But the jungler has gone down as well. Onya's trying to survive in the Baron pit, and they're trying to burst down the Baron. Who will it go
Well, a
to?
lot of damage coming down from Anyas.
Barca's picking up the Baron.
Barca's
Poppy goes down.
taking the Baron and they finally kill Anyas. But that was a close call.
That was very
And
interesting to see.
Frexy had to use the flash over that.
Yeah, he just flashed over and died basically instantly after missing the corruption, the chain of corruption.
Well, he traded
the
his life
Penguins.
for Penguins over there.
Basically, yeah.
And that was probably the best case scenario. And again, what do we see static shift so often?
I don't know. I mean, are you such a hater on it? I don't know. I mean,
I'm not a hater, but I think that Rapid Fire Cannon is just so much better, especially versus champions like Orianna and
maybe for
Varus.
Zaya. Yeah, maybe for Zaya it's better
because
as well.
it's
because-
better to get that QW instant root combo.
Yeah, probably. Maybe, like, yeah, Static Shiv is not that good on Zaya as well because she already has enough wave there to deal with the minions, but they're quick to react after the Baron. They're not scared to get the Infernal
And,
Drake.
yeah, Infernal Drake goes to Team Coinflip Gaming. They have all the Barons so far.
But mid lane
Outbreak
priority,
Shatter.
what was Lux doing all that time? She was just trying to hit some ease in the jungle. Who's taking care of the waves on the sidelines, on the mid lane? Look, there's like minions standing there. No one was buffing them, but they didn't take care of it at all. And he's missing both of his spells here.
And
That's
Spojais
good.
has to be careful.
Oh, Smackler moving in! What an engage,
Smackler
what an
goes
ultimate
in.
from him! Riffle trying to chain it up there, trying to burst down Smackler,
And
but
Spojais
Spojais
is the
goes
first
down.
one to fall.
Shockwave was not enough. Let's see if Kaiser can pull this off. But
Kaiser
he's already
super low,
pretty
but
low.
they still the shield on Rimtolis.
Okay, an ultimate knocks out Frexy. Now there's a flash onto Rimtolis, but that's not
The
enough.
inhibitor is still alive. Kaiser's still dead.
They
Can
need to give up the
turn this?
inhib and heal up. Give up the inhib and heal up. You can't defend this. This is too late already. And there's
And
a flash.
Kaiser falls.
Flash from Rimtolis. Now they're trying to get the brown passive onto Onyas. He is forced to flash
Now
out.
Penguins is still dead.
He almost has
will
ultimate.
be soon.
Need just to wait, just a tiny bit. Don't catch
Spojais
too much
is
poke.
coming alive in 6 seconds.
Let's see. Okay, Rakan is there as well. There's still some room to breathe. That's just an inhibitor going down. You still have the Nexus covered by one turret. Just try to pull yourselves together, wait out the Baron and clear out the waves. Okay, Lux is moving top lane to take care of that wave. Mid lane is going to be pushed out as well. Finally, they're doing something about the minion waves because that's what's digging them the grave this game.
And, well, at this point, look at that. Frexy even picked up the Stormrazor and is going for the Rapid Fire Cannon probably at this point.
Okay, let's see what they do. There's no objectives coming up too soon. So they're going to have the teleport soon. They're choosing to send 5 people bot lane, which is very interesting. I think the best way for them would be to set a slow push top lane, send Maokai mid lane to take care of the waves whenever they're pushed in, and just walk down bot lane as 5 and do these dives. Because you have a Varus who can poke out, you have a Shockwave which can zone, and you have a Maokai ultimate which can be a trigger to force them away from the tower as well. So they just need to set up the waves properly because top lane isn't set up at all right now. So that's just, you know, not the perfect situation,
and
but still manageable.
Last fight, Kaiser was not able. And well, we have a short pause, which is probably right before the end of the game, I would suggest. Although everything can happen. In the last fight, the crucial thing was that Rimtola's Banshee shield was not popped.
Yeah, he was trying his best. He couldn't use his Feather Call.
Because that's the main damage, so...
Exactly.
If there was no Banshees, at that point it would be an easy kill for Kaiser.
Kaiser was probably trying to cat it out and waited for his Q, which could be used to proc the Banshees, but there was no time already and they couldn't finish off the targets because Spojays was killed very early in the team fight, which is a big problem. But Smackler, was it Smackler actually? He used the flash in that team fight to engage, or was it just his W?
I think he just walked up to the Lux. Lux was slowed by the Smackler's plant.
That's a huge misplay if that was really what happened. But right now, yeah, they're not doing the correct thing, but it's still a possibility. I know the game resumes. They need to push up the mid lane in this situation right now, but they're not choosing to do that. The minions are going to be taken out by...
well, Spojays.
Onya's going in onto... There's a final spark! Takes away Frexy! Shockwave only onto Onya's. Now they're chasing out. Kaiser going onto the offensive. Will they pick them off? What a crazy play by Onya's and Spojays, using his abilities perfectly to finish off the main carry for Žalgiris. Wow, am I getting excited.
That is what we need to see from Spojays if they want to contest this game.
I just love seeing the Lux final sparks picking off targets so easily, and she has it back already. Okay, guys.
And well, she has the Rabadon's Death Cap finished.
Yeah, just send one guy bot lane, please, right now, fast. Clear out the damn waves, guys. Do you need 2 people to take care of the red buff?
Well, I guess Penguins wanted to take the red buff for himself, and Kaiser was like, "Oh, come on, dude, we're playing in a team right now."
It's like, I don't know, I have this thing in my head that minions are like the main thing you have to use in this game, because one of the very experienced players, Blasting, taught this to me, that you have to take care of the minions every single time whenever you have the single chance. Don't waste any second of time and push up the waves when you have the chance, especially when you're on the defensive, but they're just not taking care of that and they can't hold off the base.
I don't know if you watched Korean League that far in the past, but there was probably the team which was the most boring to watch in like season 3, if I'm not mistaken. Season 3 or early season 4, it was Najin Black Shield, or was it Najin White Shield? Well, Black Sword or White Shield, I don't remember. Season 3, regardless, all of their games went 60 minutes plus in the Assassin meta.
Okay, there's probably going to be an engage here. They're trying to deal with the minions. Mid lane, of course, not being pushed out by Coinflip Gaming. Oh my god,
big
so
damage coming down from him.
Because there's a Rabadons on him already. Okay, just do your best to deal with the minions. They do not have the Baron, so just, I don't know, use the Lux ultimate as efficiently as possible to take care of the minions. Leave the marksman to... Okay, that's the ultimate.
Maokai goes in with the ultimate, just zoning him off to take the turret.
Okay, so basically I think Lux just sacrificed the turret and then the inhibitor there by not using her E-ult combo onto the minions. Oh, Shockwave onto Kaiser. He's very low now. Now, is he going to be useful in the team fight? Probably not. Now, the Grand Entrance hits 2 people's final spark. Deals a lot of damage, but that's only the front line. And Rimtola's Now Anya's moving in.
They will be able to disengage, and that's a big win for Žalgiris because they got all they wanted. They got the inhibitor.
There's a huge
Baron is
wave.
coming up in 35 seconds.
Yeah, and there's a huge wave on the top side as well. So this is a perfect situation when Baron is top side and the mid and bot inhibitor is taken out by Žalgiris. How is Coinflip Gaming going to answer this? Right now, they had to push out the minions and run to the Baron straight away and try to camp one of the bushes. Because if they can't pick off targets in time, it's going to be game over for them. In this situation, right now, they need to move in, run in, camp one of the bushes, use a sweeper. They don't have any vision there, but they're too scared, too slow to react to this. And Žalgiris already took control in the river, so that's too late already.
And the third mountain
Anya's
respawns now.
moving in
Anya's
also, I
taking
think.
quite a lot of damage
Brawl
actually.
passive procs onto him, he's going to be melted out, but the
DJ
flash comes
Barsis
out.
goes in, has the GA, has the ultimate.
Okay,
and
so,
now, final
what an
stop!
ultimate onto Prexy! He goes down, there's a flash from Smackler.
And Kaiser super low has to flash.
He flashed
Still
out, but
alive
he's
and
still
heals.
alive. Smackler doesn't have the flash to engage, so there's an ultimate coming out from him, but that won't be enough. Mid lane
And Smackler
inhibitor.
gets sped up, but he's too far to catch up.
Okay, this is great. Just send Anya's onto bot lane, so Kaiser re-heals. That's the only inhibitor that is dead right now. Mid lane is still alive. Okay, they're a bit scared. They're just going to take the Mountain Drake for now. But there's the teleport from Anya's coming out already. Will it be an engage onto them? Or just a Baron from their side? Will they realize that they're going for Mountain Drake, but they turned around? Now it's going to be a Baron fight. This is going to be the decider, but Kaiser isn't anywhere
what
close.
can you do here? He's pretty low on mana,
This
and
is
he has
just-
to take care of Barsis
Oh no,
and
this
Smackler.
is just a misposition by them.
And Kaiser is still in base. They're in the base.
They just sacrificed the Baron basically because Frexy is already walking up, but they're not going to give it away yet. There's still the final spark. Spojais, I believe in the steal. Take care of the wards. Does anyone have a
And
sweeper?
well, Afting might be here to fall.
He doesn't
or
want to
is
use his final
unbreakable.
spark. Okay,
And Chain of
that's...
Corruptions onto Anya's.
Yeah.
Anya's is going to fall. Rimtos claims the kill, and that's the 7th kill for this Orianna.
Okay.
Anya's has had enough.
Okay, let's see. I want the Lux to steal this. She does have an opportunity. Someone has to set a word. Okay, so the E goes down, but that's not enough. They're just waiting it for to go off.
Well, she has another E up.
Oh,
and the
the E goes
shockwave.
down to
And all the
shockwave.
dreams are crushed at this point. Baron goes down. Žalgiris gets the 2nd Baron of the game.
Kaiser was just trying to hold off bot lane, the minion problem being very important still. So, okay, he's back, guys. He's
Okay,
back.
Anya's back.
Will they? There's still chances because inhibitors are still there. Bot lane inhibitor is respawning very soon. There's still like a tier 2 top lane standing. So that's going to be the next aim for Žalgiris. They need to send Maokai mid lane here and for people top lane, take care of the top lane jungle vision in the river. And that's going to be the perfect setup for them.
But still, it seems like the Žalgiris prefer to go as 5, which is, I wouldn't say that it's the best choice. As you mentioned, there are better things to do, especially with the Baron buff. You need to split that Baron buff around.
I really like the Morello. Even as a 4th item, that's a really good buy by Orianna because there's, you know, Lamb's Respite from Penguins and...
There's Rakan, there's, yeah. Poppy heals
there's
up a
lot of
little
heal.
bit, and that every little bit counts.
They send the Lux to bot lane to try to take care of the super minions. I don't know how effective that will be. Maybe they should have sent one of the marksmen for sure so Lux can poke away when they're trying to siege top lane. Oh, there's a lot of damage coming onto Rimtalis, but that's not going to be enough to stop them from taking the tower.
But can Spurge stop them?
Okay, there's
And
an
they
engage
jump
onto Kaiser. Shockwave misses.
Dodges the Shockwave, and
But
Barsis
Barsis
flashed
picks up
in
the
for the
kill.
kill. Anyas is going to be next one fall.
That's
now
2
Ripple
down
trying to
already.
hold him down, and
Smackler.
Smackler just 1v9.
Literally
the
next to
game.
the fountain, knocking onto the doors of the Latvian
And
team.
this should be the game 1 between Žalgiris and Team Conflict Gaming.
Yeah,
and
that's
a
surely
pretty
going to be a
convincing game, I would say, with a couple of missteps.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I
a
mean,
great performance but from Spurges, but that was not enough to stop the train that was Žalgiris here.
yeah, like as we mentioned before, Žalgiris just being a bit more experienced and doing the correct macro decisions. But once in a while, Coinflip Gaming picking up several kills just because of how mechanically intensive and good they are at the game. So as we see in the damage graph, even though Orianna was 0-3-0 at one point, she comes out as the most damaging champion in the game, which is a bit mind-boggling actually that the poke virus onto 4 squishy targets didn't deal the most damage. How is that possible?
Well, I don't know, maybe just Oriana had more than a couple of great shockwaves.
Yeah.
And Varus was caught out early in the fights for most of them. So that's probably why the damage comes through. Now this was a game 1. Now we're going to go into game 2 in just a moment, so stay tuned because we'll be right back. And remember, #Volt.
Go big, go boom, with guns of boom. Like the sound of big booming 4v4 friend fragging action? We'll fix you up. Go big, go boom, with guns of boom.
Lešik, butik, jau viss ir redzēts. Thriller, killer, tas viss ir redzēts. Skandāls, secret, viss ir redzēts. Creepy, crazy, jā, viss ir redzēts.
Pārsteidz mani, pārsteidz mani, pārsteidz mani, un tagad pārsteidz mani.
Lūdzu, jaunā Helio interaktīvā televīzija nomaina Lattelecom ITV. Televizors, tālrunis un planšete darbojas kā viens vesels. Tagad pārvaldi un aizraujies pilnīgi jaunā līmenī. Izklaide progresē. Helio.
Reaching out, and my heart is with you. So much in between, things we've never seen. You're a mirage that my mind can't see through. Are you here with me? One day we can see. And all my life, unbroken waves. But I know that time makes ways. But I know that time makes ways. And all my life, unbroken waves. But I know that time makes ways. But I know that time makes ways. Yeah, I know that time makes ways. All my life, unbroken makes waves.
Oh girl, just say something. Oh baby, won't you say something? No running, you got me thinking about the state I'm in. Going back to that place we met. Yeah, I've been feeling lost somewhere deep within. No, I can't turn back, I need that grin, that loving. You say you want it, baby, take this in. You're feeling spent, but
And welcome back to the Baltic eSports League. We're in the second Champions League between Coinflip Gaming and Žalgiris. So, what do you think? Can Coinflip Gaming clinch this out and get a 1-1?
I mean, they're obviously a bit heartbroken right now after all the great team fights they pulled off. Maybe they're going to start making smarter macro decisions, taking care of my signature guys. Please kill minions and stuff, you know? Maybe they're going to pull it off like that because they did not use the Lux properly for the wave management. Even though Spožais executed her in team fights very well, using the final spark to pick off Frexy, he did see problems in that department for sure.
Talking about Frexy, one thing we forgot to mention last Champions League is that lethality virus is actually probably the best thing to pick into Zyro Khan. At least watching leagues around the world, that seems to be the answer so far everywhere. Because, well, if Zyro Khan cannot engage because they're too low, there's no point of picking them.
Oh, is it really going to be a Hecarim? As I mentioned before, Žalgiris are like taking Gragas for themselves.
Yeah, but
so that's a
Coinflip
flex
Gaming
pick.
took it.
Yeah, there's a flex pick. For Coinflip Gaming, is it going to really to be answered by Hecarim? Okay, that's a Braum.
Braum
Wow,
and Evelyn!
Insta-lock, Evelyn!
And we've seen some Evelyn from Fritz's in particular, seeing that, well, Evelyn can be a force in the Rift.
Yeah, she's very scary onto against inexperienced teams in particular. So let's see how they get to abuse a champion like that. I can't actually imagine a player like Barces piloting Evelyn. Let's see if he can make something crazy happen onto this champion. And let's see what the Amumu is. I'm gonna get some info in a second.
And, well, at the same time, you say that
Fresh
Evelyn
with
is good against inexperienced teams, but last season we saw Imantas 5 taking Evelyn versus Iron Wolves. And the Homeless Master was almost able to solo carry the game on Evelyn versus a quite experienced team.
Okay, Derek, you're the single-handedly the best marksman in the Latvian scene. I believe that's my calling. And what are you going to say about this bot lane matchup? It is Jhin and Thresh against Braum and Varus. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I would say that it's a pretty ballsy move to pick up Thresh because I think that there are better picks. Well, this Pike is banned, but Thresh is a really coin flippy champion.
I mean, you've played with Riftwolf before, right? So a Thresh onto Riftwolf?
Well, Riftwolf used to be a Thresh one trick.
Exactly.
A couple of years back. And if Kaiser is comfortable on the Jhin, there should be no trouble. At the same time, I really don't like Jhin versus the Braum. Because you only get 4 shots. And it's really easy to use the Unbreakable to just block the 4th shot. And every time, it's the same as with Leona. Braum is super good versus Leona, especially when there was when I played with Riftwolf. There was one thing we did not figure out, which all the other teams figured out, because that was like Misfortune meta, like a year back, is that when something like Leona or Thresh engages, you just use the Unbreakable and stand behind me, and suddenly all the engage goes away because you cannot follow up on that.
Yeah, that's a
good
point.
Thresh is a super good champion, set up ganks.
Yeah.
And if that is Gragas, then like Flash Lantern.
Oh, it is. So, wow. So 4 top lane champions banned away from Anya's. Then they pick the Ornn with the Braum onto the same team. And that's a Fiora to answer that. Let's see if Anya's can channel his inner power onto these split pushing champions well enough and pull out what we're all afraid of. A mad Anya's onto the Rift on the fighting champion.
I believe Tanyos knows how to play versus the Ornn because he's spammed Ornn so much, and he knows the counters and how to counter Ornn, and he is the Azir from Spurja.
Oh my god,
that is probably, I would say that Azir is a bigger comfort pick for him than Yasuo.
I absolutely love the guy. Oh my god. At first, he plays the Lux. I'm so excited. I actually screaming in the game whenever he does something beautiful. And now he picks up a champion like Azir, which can make these great plays as well. He's slowly creeping back into the meta as well. And I absolutely love a good Azir in a game like this against experienced teams. Let's see how he pulls this out.
Now the problem is, similar to game 1, that Azir is even like more susceptible to Varus poke than Lux is, because Azir has no Azir is like Xerath. Pretty much. I mean, like, messed up. Varus is like Xerath.
Yeah.
And for Azir to deal damage, he has to stand in place. So Spurjas will have to be pretty careful over there, but they have a great team comp in the sense that Fiora just wants to be on sideline. Fiora is not the best team fighting champion. She can take over team fights, especially if she gets her ult down and the big healing comes through. But at the same time, Fiora will out split push Ornn, and it is going to be up to Žalgiris to really make some plays, make some teleport plays with Ornn and try to put pressure on other sides of the map.
What really is going to be crucial is the communication coming through from Anya's, because what they want to do is Team Conflict Gaming have a really good disengage from Gragas and Azir, and you know, the best thing that that Žalgiris can do is send the Ornn and force a team fight, which they really can do with an Ornn.
And with a twist of Fate and Evelyn, it's a big catch potential.
Yeah, that's
coming
why
through.
why Anya's has to like give the call when Ornn is moving up to try to force this fight, and they have to react to that properly. But another option that they have is send Evelyn and Twisted Fate to, like, both of these champions can come up from nowhere and just deal with the Fiora as well.
If they can deal with the Fiora. Last week we saw City Life versus Turing eSports, but there was literally, okay, Fiora was fed as hell, but
what, it was chosen one, right?
For Turing eSports, I believe, no, that was Iron Wolves.
Oh, yeah.
For Iron Wolves, Eugene on the Fiora, there was a literally 1v5 kill and the Fiora got away. So Fiora is one of the best champions to turn around fights. It's not a Darius, but at the same time Fiora has mobility, Fiora has Riptos for that gold card. But yeah, I believe that if Anyas plays it smart, then the Evelynn and Twisted Fate is not going to work out, because if you look at every other champion, we got Kaiser and Spurges both running the clans. And who are you going to catch out? Are you just going to go for the Gragas because Thresh has Lantern, Gragas has Explosive Cask, Azure can just shuffle away?
Yeah, if they can use their disengage properly, like Thresh is really good at disengage as well, because Twisted Fate and Varus aren't mobile, they can't get away from the box, and yeah, if they just use their cleanses properly, their disengage spells properly, if Fiora shows us good game, it might be a 1-1 from Coinflip Gaming.
And I would say that, well, Rimtolus started the game with Ignite. I do not really support that, because maybe I do not know how to play mid lane, I know how to play Twisted Fate. Because in this sense, if you want to catch someone out, you're going in as Twisted Fate, the Destiny Super Telegrapher you're going to be. And if there's Thresh somewhere near there, if they play around the vision, Twisted Fate can just ultimate right into the hook.
That's true.
Even before he can Zanyas, and then with Jhin and Azir there's so much damage that you can just burst down the Twisted Fate.
I mean, what's your point? Do you want Twisted Fate to take Cleanse? Any other option?
At this point, yeah. I mean, Cleanse is the perfect pick here, because...
I'm not sure if I can agree. Maybe the best way to abuse this, like not to abuse, but to use this Twisted Fate is to put him on a teleport, maybe? And just use the fact that he can get... he cannot push the waves really easily. Maybe he can use the teleport to just push out the wave, recall, come back with the teleport, keep pushing in the wave so the Evelynn has room to breathe, and the Azir can just be shoved under the turret and, you know, just taken care of like that, and he could just, you know, abuse the side lanes properly.
But at the same time, at the point where Twisted Fate can one-shot the waves with like the red card and the wild cards, Azir is able to almost one-shot waves as well. But his clear is a bit slower. Maybe those couple of crucial seconds will be enough for Rimtolis to get a roam down. But I'm not really buying Twisted Fate into this composition. I don't know if that's Twisted Fate or Evelynn, but both of them combined against this team comp that Team Coinflip Gaming has crafted. I'm really in doubts.
All right. I can agree with you with the fact that Twisted Fate isn't going to be the most useful champion during team fights, because he can't get close to these carries to get his gold card off, and even
if he gets it, there's 2 cleanses.
Exactly, there's 2 cleanses, and there's still a Thresh to save them in a situation when they misposition themselves with the Lantern. But Twisted Fate is always known as a really good pick against heavy split push champions. So when they, I mean, like Gragas and Thresh are like basically the only engage you have. I wouldn't count Azir as engage. And if they set up the waves properly, they can just use the Twisted Fate to kill off the Fiora together with Ornn. But as you said, Fiora is very slippery, and Anyas is a really good player.
And probably he'll go for the QSS as well at some point.
Yeah, at some point he's going to go for the QSS as well. So if they cannot pull these side lanes off, if they cannot deal with the Fiora, the game is over. Because the Azir is going to scale, and he has enough of a front line to deal with it together with him having a cleanse.
Yeah, but I don't know. At the same time, I believe the Jalgiris is able to pick up the Evelynn, because from game 1 we saw that Team Coinflip Gaming does not have the best vision control. Yeah. And that is the most important thing when you're up against the Fiora, up against the Evelynn rather.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, if Penguins can track down Evelynn well enough and get those, he does not need to gank anything, he just needs to be there for counter ganks, because Evelynn is not going to be as useful as Predator Gragas in any sense, especially after level 6.
Yeah, and even when you have like, I mean, the marksman, the mid laner have cleanses to deal with the charm, and at the same time Fiora has her W to deal with the charm. So it is going to be a bit tricky for Varsus.
The Riptos doesn't really work with charm, because your Riptos, you can just dodge one of the spells, Meanwhile, Evelyn will come closer, just auto-attack you and get the chomp down. It's
probably,
really hard to wait it out. But
yeah, but if you hit the W in return, like Evelyn uses her Q, and if you stun her back using the riposte, then...
you can turn for a kill.
Yeah, exactly. So it is going to be a very mechanically intensive game, which I'm really excited about. And yeah.
And also, Rimtolis and Twisted Fate, I believe in his abilities to play Twisted Fate, but Gragas and Azure can really set up ganks really well.
That's true.
Junglers are the biggest... well, is going to have the biggest impact in this game, the junglers and especially the vision control around the river.
Yeah, like the thing that's scary for coin flip gaming is that they have really good objective control, I believe. They send the Fiora to a side lane, she will just pressure the sides, kill off the turrets. At the same time, there's a Gragas, a Zir, a Jhin and a Thresh, who can deal with these Drake fights really easily. Who can control the Baron pit very easily as well. And the best thing that they can do, is like get a good flank off from the Evelyn, the Ornn. So as you said, they have to deal with these flanks and vision control the best they can.
And well, the vision control is going to be a bit rough, in my opinion.
Yeah, coin flip gaming can't really, you know, that there's...
And the worrying thing was, yeah, as you mentioned in game 1, like a million times, the minion waves also been pushed in time. So there's that. And if you cannot really control waves versus the Twisted Fate, you're not going to have a great time.
Okay.
But, yeah, first game, Varus was super impactful in the early game, winning 2v2s. So if they can recreate that, then it's going to be an easy way how to snowball the bot. Because it's super hard playing versus a Lethality Varus that's ahead. And we are in the game 2. And this time we got a 5-man invade. And look at that, Smackler is not going to spot that.
Okay, let's see.
They're all stacking up near their blue buff.
What is Smackler doing? He's
Smackler's playing it safe. That's actually one of the best places to be to defend versus these invades.
Alright. Are they going to get spotted out? I mean, Smackler could have used his ward behind the red buff maybe to spot them out in a situation like this, but alright, they're just taking it slow, taking it safe, everything is fine, but they're moving in here. If they just wait in the bush, they're going to meet Barses here. Oh no, okay, they went out of the bush, they get spotted.
And, well, now they will know where Evelyn will path towards in the first couple of minutes.
Okay, let's see. Alright, the standard.
Both junglers are going to start with the leash from their bot laners. So they will probably clash somewhere soon in the early game. This skin is pretty cool actually.
Yeah, it's the cards, you know, it's all project like. What is it called? It's Pulsefire?
Yeah, Pulsefire, Twisted Fate.
Yeah.
It's not quite PAX Twisted Fate.
I mean,
but
I wouldn't be surprised if Rimtolis had the PAX Twisted Fate as well, but
so far I've seen like only like 3 or 4 PAX Twisted Fates.
In your life, or?
Yeah, something like that. I know Grosgor has one.
Grosgor has one for sure. Oh, there's so much damage coming on to Frexy.
Yeah, Frexy has to be careful, especially...
But he does have the Corruption Potion in the lane, and you know, the Braum with Relic Shield.
Now, in this kind
what a play! What an Ignite coming on for Ripple!
And well, Frexy, one more hit, but both flash at the same time.
I think one of the crucial moments was that Riffle cancelled one of his auto attacks actually, and the flay coming on top thing as well.
And it's going to be a flash from Apting as well.
Yep, that's a flash. 2 flashes coming on.
Evelyn bot side.
Barses, let's see if he can make this happen.
They're still level 1, catch level 2, right in time for the lantern.
Okay, level 2.
And well, ooh, the snare almost connecting.
Okay, Pigwins should use this information. There's an Evelyn bot lane, only with a blue buff. Level 3.
He will get spotted.
Will he move on to red buff to set some vision? Let's see if that happens. How is the midline priority going? Okay, it's kind of even. Okay, that's a lot of damage on Rimtolis. Will it be a solo kill from him? He has no defensive summoner spells.
And Spurges goes in. He's going to trade, but gets the first blood. And now Onyos gets the stun. Smackler will have to use his flash.
It has to be a kill. It has to be a kill.
One more Q.
No, he could have waited for the passive to come up and then use the flash to auto attack. A bit of a misplay from Onyos, but nonetheless an aggressive game from these scaling solo laners already in the early game. I'm so excited, like bot lane showing aggression as well. Coinflip Gaming aren't joking around anymore in this game. By the way, who did get the red buff in the end? Oh, Gragas top lane, using again, there's a flash onto Smackler that is going to be another kill.
Smackler greeted it.
Yeah, Smackler
probably wanted to push out the top lane, but now it is
wave.
even worse for him.
Oh my god, the wave is horrific for Smackler, but he does have to teleport.
Penguins can just stick around the top lane. Because Evelyn, okay, she's taking the Krugs. She stole a little bit of XP in the bot lane, so
and Penguins,
she's level 4.
Penguins actually took Barsus's red buff as well. So, okay, they're just on their toes, using the best they got. There's a lot of damage on the Spojas, but that's going to be enough.
A fight on bot lane. Riftwolf plays into the turret.
Tower.
Now, this time, Lethality Virus is more susceptible, because now the nerfs can be felt versus champions like Thresh and Jin who want to fight early.
Yeah, this is... Wow, it's been only 4 minutes, but I feel like 3 team fights have happened already. And, yeah, just... A pretty nice ward into the topside jungle from Barsus, I believe the pink ward set.
Yeah.
That is going to spot out, that was, did spot out Penguins in his route through the topside jungle. But now, Spoja is getting shoved in onto the tower. He is going to miss a couple of minions here. Oh, he's actually very behind in CS. How did this happen?
Well, it's pretty hard if you do not take the minion, the materializer.
Oh, maybe when he killed Rimtalis and they both died, maybe the wave was...
Yeah, the wave
really
was
bad.
pretty... it was under his turret already.
Yeah, maybe that might be the cause.
So it slowly pushed into Rimtalis, and now Barsus is going for...
He wasn't spotted out at all.
Jungle.
Yeah, the vision set for them is really good. Penguins moving into the jungle.
And now, will he be in time to spot him? Yeah, he was.
He saw the Raptor dying. Oh, but mid lane, is there an aggressive play happening already?
Spojas has no...
He has no mana.
Has no mana, he has the cleanse.
Okay, that isn't going to be needed.
And wildcards will miss. Meanwhile, Riftwolf and Penguins.
Actually, respect towards Spojas for not cleansing it there, just taking it slow. In a case wildcards do come out after the gold card, that is when you use the cleanse and step away. But yeah, okay, very exciting mid lane. There's 2 safe champions who just like to farm it out and impact side lanes, but they're still doing such crazy stuff already. Only 5 minutes passed.
And talking about crazy stuff, remember that we are having Vault giveaway today, so if you want to participate and take your chance at getting 10 euros of Vault credit, write hashtag Vault right now, and in case you're the winner, you will have to message our email at bsl@bsl.pro.
Yeah, and okay, so the situation, Barsus is out farming Penguins right now, so he's a tiny bit ahead, but he does have the kill, so maybe the gold lead is similar. Yeah, it's actually Penguins being a tiny bit ahead. There's pinks coming out from Azir. Maybe he wants the Thresh to move in, but he was spotted by the pink ward. He's still trying to move in.
And now Rimtalis, without a cleanse, he's super susceptible to ganks.
Oh, Smackler building your favorite item, the Bramble West, already coming out from the guy to counter the Fiora's aggression. Now the wave building up there. Are they really going for a dive? I cannot imagine this working out.
Probably not. I don't know.
Oh, whoa!
Well, what do we have
There's
here?
a successful gank onto
and
Zhalgris in the bot lane.
Because that thing has no flash, can Penguins
go
run
down?
away?
No.
And yes, he will. Kaiser gets the kill.
Okay. Great gank from Penguins. What a great showing, what a great debut for him in the BSL. Showing off extremely good jungle skills already 2 games in a row. Being 2-0 onto the Gragas. Got his Fiendish Codex, going for the classic AP.
And well, some fight in the mid lane, 1 more hit will do it. And
really?
Spojas with 2nd solo kill on Rimtalis.
Oh my god, how is he pulling up? Oh my god, Spojas, I have so much faith in you, dude. Picking up one of my favorite champions and showing off who's the best Baltic mid laner in this match.
And, well, yeah, it is going to be pretty rough for Phyrexian and Apting now. Now, they do have their flashes now, but if you're losing a lane to a Call Jin, It is a dangerous prospect for
If
you.
you're losing a lane, if you're dying in a lane against Zir as well, that shows some inexperience as well. Especially if you have a Neverland by your side and the Zir still has both summoners up in the 8th minute mark. So I don't really know what's going on with Žalgiris. Will it really be 1-1 from Coinflip Gaming? Let's see how they escalate this lead onto mid game, because some Baron fights are sure to come out very soon.
And Anya's already with 20 CS lead with this Ornn. And it's only going to grow.
Okay, he has a lot of gold in his pocket as well.
And well, what do we have here? Bosses. Might get caught
He was
out here.
spotted out, but the body slam onto him. He will be forced to ult out for sure. He's very low, 200 health. Get us a good smite.
And well, dodges the explosive cast. Now Rimtolis is going to.
He was hooked by Riftwolf.
Here comes Often, and they're going to shut down Penguins. Now Riftwolf and Spurgeon.
He's in some trouble. Will Azir be strong enough to take this fight? Evelyn is.
Azir has no ultimate, has flash though. And well,
they're going for
from
him.
the side. And Often, well, Spurgeon jumped a little bit too
He should
deep.
just ult them. Oh, he doesn't have his ultimate. He's trying to land as much DPS as possible. The gold card.
And
the gold
it times
out. And that's just a missile from
Riftwolf with a big play.
But he does go down.
But the Unbreakable is saving, and now that's going to be Kaiser falling. Spurgeon is the last man alive.
Will the Q connect piercing arrow? What's the cooldown on the ability? Let's see if he can pull this off onto him. It's probably just going to be
And that is a kill for Frexy. Now,
what a slip
Penguins
up
managed to come back alive, popped his Predator, but was not able to come in time.
Good job by Barca stalling the fight so long and using his ultimate to dodge out the explosive cast so well, and that might be a Drake for Žalgiris as well.
And an Ocean Drake is super good if, for
champions like Poke Varus and Twisted Fate.
For Ornn as well.
Yeah, that's good for Ornn as well to withstand the Fiora's pressure in the lane. And that's already 3 kills picked
10 minutes in
by Rimtolis. Wow. And yeah, that's like, there's a CS difference in the mid lane and marksman position as well. Žalgiris just leading in all aspects except kills for now. Because that's a tie, and there's complete vision control onto the bot side from Žalgiris. Now, Coinflip Gaming should set some wards in the top side, River and Herald, because that's going to be the next objective. Now, what Žalgiris should do now is clear out these waves, get enough priority, because they do have enough vision set. They will see the rotations from the enemy team. They need to get priority here, back instantly, and swap the lanes to match the Fiora in the top lane and take care of Herald and a turret. That would be at least my call.
Now let's see if they can do it. Yeah, because you need to shut down this Fiora or slow her down as soon as possible.
Okay, Barsis moving into the bushes, but there's a mid lane gank at the same time. Penguins moving in,
Rimtolis
there's a flash from him.
And that is going to be a kill.
Explosive cast picks up the kill, that's fine.
And a shutdown.
Bot lane, is anything happening there? That's okay.
DJ
what an
Barsis
interesting
will
position.
Get spotted, or will he?
Interesting position from him. They're pretty scared. Dresh sitting in the Trabush. They're moving into the Trabush or no? Okay, they're just going for him. A flash
and
ultimate from
Kaiser
Flash
has
from
nowhere
Barsis as
to
well.
Lantern comes in. Can he pick it in time? No, he cannot. CC chain, but that's a teleport
Fiora coming
on
onto Flexi. Will it be a kill for him as well? But Smackler is close.
And yeah, the healing comes down.
And is he going to go down? Onya's flash into the tower range.
Can
but the
he
ultimate
dodge it? He cannot. No. Lantern shield from Lantern comes in.
But an ultimate knocks him
still
over.
Alive. But finally, Smackler gets it. Now Spurgeon will get Barsis.
Okay, so the hook hit him.
And they are on to Smackler right now. Nowhere for him to run. Still has flash, and he's going to flash over the wall.
Okay,
now,
what a great flash from him actually. Riftwolf and Afting, the support fight, but Luka comes in to save the day.
And
Finish off Afting.
But Afting gets a kill before he falls.
What a bloody fight, but no objectives taken after the fight happens. So Coinflip Gaming actually coming out on top. They have more kills
and that
now.
was without Rimtolis.
Exactly, Rimtolis wasn't there without his destiny, with nothing. He didn't participate there at all, and there's no towers taken, just some damage onto the mid lane tower. But Penguin should be there to use his barrows to clear the wave, but he's not there.
A lot of damage coming down on mid lane tier 1 from Rimtolis. He might even be able to get it.
Penguins, you have to wake up, buddy. The tower is going down quickly. Where are you? Is he... Okay, the Predator comes out. The turret isn't dead. Explosive cast, not bad at all.
That's going to be a dead Rimtolis.
Okay, why is he so scared? Okay, that's fine. Another kill for Azir. That's perfect for them.
And look at that, Jogger swapped the lanes before the first turret falling.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they just got priority bot lane and swapped, and Ornn is there to counter it.
But I don't know, if Ripple goes top, I believe that Fiora and Thresh actually wins this 2v2. Especially when Fiora is level 9.
Yeah, very probable. And now Thresh is there to back him up, so it's Jhin versus Ornn in the bot lane. And that's the first tower, finally! Azir and Penguins taking care of the first tower. He has so much gold right now. The farm isn't that impressive, but
and
he's
look
like
at that, Penguins 2k in his pocket.
Yeah, like the Gragas is pretty bad right now. He has a stopwatch in case he wants to do some fancy aggressive plays and flash in. The flash is still not top, but okay. So Penguins, a bit of a risky thing he's doing here by being bot side, because the next objective is the top lane towers and the Herald, but he's taking care. Is he really going for the Krugs? Penguins, what are you thinking? The top lane is getting pressured so hard, they're losing a lot of health against this Poker, so that's an engagement.
Damage onto Afting tanking the turret, but Ripple will pay for his sins.
Let's see if Rimtalis can deal with Onyas here. He will have his gold card back up soon, and there's no riposte. And that's a gold card onto him, but Onyas...
He wants to turn this, but he's... Yeah, he does not want to take a moment fall over there.
Spojas is here, that's an ultimate curtain call coming out from him.
Spojas get something. He has flash for the Shuriim shuffle.
Okay, Penguins coming up. Will the explosive cask do enough? No, he's not using it yet.
And he misses
the body
slam.
Okay.
Look at that, Anya's super low.
Oh, meanwhile, Rimtalis goes down. The Evelyn and Penguins fight still goes down. He's forced to flash away, and he's just running off. Meanwhile, Smackler is just using his time to push down the bot lane turret. Will he have enough damage to deal with that? Let's see if it happens. Probably, yeah. There's a cannon wave there.
And well,
there's still a fight coming up.
Gets the kill on Frexy, and that was without a flash. They got Frexy with an Azir ultimate.
Yeah. Whoa! What is going on? Kaiser gets another kill, and there's a lot of kills coming from. It's like a similar game what we saw last time. It seems like the macro decisions from Žalgiris are stronger than Koeflip game, but they're just showing how good they can pilot their champions and just dealing with any aggression they can see from Žalgiris, and they're doing a hella good job they're just doing a hella good job with it. And will it be a tower top lane? No, probably not, just getting a push in. They should get some vision control of the river. They have vision around it, but there's the pixel bush which is still not contested by any of the teams, with Herald still being up. There's a dragon actually spawning. Can we check what kind of dragon it is?
And well, maybe. Who knows?
Let's see. Maybe Barsus.
And that is another Ocean Drake. And one Ocean Drake is like, eh? 2 Ocean Drakes already. You can feel the impact.
Okay, this setup is fantastic.
And Anyo's in trouble.
Okay, he's down for sure. Now, Smackler being a greedy bastard, getting an assist with the first phase of his ultimate. And okay, there's an engage onto top lane. No, it's not. Is it? He's just waiting for him to tank. Almost hits the hook.
And a flash comes down from Rimtalis. Rimtalis dodges the body slam and the casket. What is happening there?
What is going on? Penguins!
Penguins!
Just missing so hard.
Everything.
He's going to die for sure. Will body slam come off cooldown? It probably will.
Yes, it will. But now Destiny is still off.
The mid lane is getting sieged by the poke. Varus and Barsus is there as well to try to take care of Spojas, but he does have...
And Augment comes down.
Oh,
and he goes for the
gets
mommy.
pushed in under the
Can
tower.
you finish this off?
But
Not
Evelyn
enough
is still
damage. Now Spojas is throwing
Cleanse,
mommy
gloves,
too.
flush!
Flashes,
What a play!
cleanses. And
Will be a second kill.
one more hit. But that's a 1v3 kill.
Spojas, my man, what are you doing this game? Taking care with 3 players by yourself, defending the mid lane like a man. And there's a top lane tower going down. Oh wow, the team can't handle 2 champions on the map while Spojas takes care of 3 by himself in the mid lane. It's very unfortunate, the correct word in this moment. And the gold lead for Žalgiris, even though they're behind in kills, 2 Ocean Drakes for them as well. And that's Kaiser answering the
Kaiser finally finishing the call.
Finally farming up the call. The farm is really weak for Spojas, but his team is not backing the Azir up at all. He has to deal with so much pressure by himself.
He is still ahead in gold if you compare it to Rimtalis.
Oh yeah, 300 gold lead. That's quite a bit for sure. But the thing is, the team has to play around the Azir. Why does he have to deal with so much pressure by himself in the mid lane while the team doesn't accomplish anything? They should use this strong factor that is Azir as much as they can and give him as many resources.
And well, talking about Azir, Destiny comes through and Spojas is in the middle of
everything.
everything.
But what an ultimate! Will
and
it be
well,
wow, he flies out!
He will get it. Now, can he escape from DJ Bars? He does not have the
Oh, and there's a hook coming out of him, but he's still close.
They have to be careful because Piercing Arrow can snipe down Spojas. He has to recall as soon as possible.
Yeah, Piercing Arrow does not hit Spojas. They're doing fine. They're just going to go for Herald. Mid lane priority is picked up by Žalgiris, so they are doing fine in that department. They're just going to pick up the Herald and try to siege down at tier 2 as soon as possible. Meanwhile, okay, Sonya's bot lane doing his thing. They can't answer this play at all. They just need to clear out the waves and get ready. Set some defensive vision for the moment where the Herald is going to be used. Maybe they can predict and, you know, walk with Barses and see when he ults it, when he starts using the Herald, because Gragas ultimate can be used to cancel it.
And, well, they already summoned the Rift Girl.
Instantly going to top lane, but there's an engage onto Kaiser in the mid lane. Will the Chain of Corruption go off? But he doesn't have it here. Flash used by him, but that's enough damage onto Kaiser for him to go down.
Now and now the top lane turret is surely going to fall.
Okay, so there's a bot lane turret going to go down by Fiora as well, probably. Swatch is doing his best to hold on to mid lane as best as he can, but top lane goes down and the Herald is still alive to go for the Inhibitor, but an ultimate comes
down.
up.
Gold card will stun Rift Wolf and he is dead to right.
Explosive
cask.
A good disengage,
deals a lot of damage, but now the Inhibitor turret's in
Chain of Corruption hits!
Chain of Corruption hits!
There's a lot of damage onto him, but it is not enough to finish him off. Now it's Smackler moving in to finish him off.
And one more gold card!
It is enough to finish off Spojes, but Fiora is still going forward in the bot lane.
DJ Boss gets the kill onto Penguins and they might even
push
for the game, no?
Everyone is dead except
Teleport
Kaiser.
Comes down from Onyos and that's a little bit too late, curtain call.
This is 2 versus 5.
They get something? No, they cannot. No,
okay,
Ripple's back on the Rip.
Oh, what a great play! No, a hook onto Upking as well.
Whoa, look at that Ripple with the Thresh plays. Can they chase this down? They will decide not to. Kaiser does not have the flash.
Riffle spawns and forces several flashes from the sides of Žalgiris for them to disengage. Bars is trying to flash away, Afting flashing away from his aggression, showing great game.
Aaron Toll still wants
something going to happen here.
Some mac and cheese.
Some mac and cheese in the jungle, but there's actually a 2v2 fight in the top side jungle.
Oh,
there's a Destiny coming out.
Will fall, but a lot of healing coming out.
Onyos flashing in, trying to finish off Rexy. Will it be enough? No, the Piercing Arrow finishes him off in this team fight. Let's see if anything happens. There's a Predator coming out from Penguins trying to join in. But they need to get the damn mid lane priority. The minions are still...
I was saying about Smackler having to play just away from Onyos. Not even going to the lane, just making plays elsewhere.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, Onyos was really strong in that team fight. It was hard to deal with him, but they did manage to figure it out, and now there's an Inhibitor to worry about.
And Onyos already going for the QSS over here. With no Magic Mantle?
Oh, probably. What else could it be? Probably a QSS for him, but that is going to slow down his aggressive build. And, okay, finally some minions building up in the mid lane. Maybe, okay, it would be too aggressive to try to clear them out.
But, well, let's see. DJ Bars from the side and they are going on to Spurs. Spurs does have clans, but he will fall there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just mentioned. Maybe it is a bit too aggressive to try to clear these minions at that moment.
And now that's probably mid lane tier 2.
Yeah, and Jin is struggling very hard to deal with the top lane wave. Why is Gragas bot lane? Is he like good friends with Ornn there or what? I don't understand. Fiora is forced to come mid lane as well since
well, Hexflash comes through from Rip. Does not hit the mark.
Oh, is there a fight actually happening? No, it's not. It's just a disengage by Coinflip Gaming. Now they're trying their best to clear out the waves. Top lane minions are stacking up in the base already. Fiora is sent to deal with that, so they will sacrifice the bot lane turret for this.
And, well, a great snowball from Žalgiris
What
in
a
this
huge wave of spellcaster minions coming onto this turret. Will they be able to deal with it? Azir needs to get in.
They have to be careful from Spurges because they're all clunked up.
Oh, there's an Ornn ultimate coming out. Will he hit the target he needs? Spurges will not be hit by it. The gold card will not connect as well. So the disengage is enough. But
and they will get the bot lane.
That is an inhibitor going down.
Turret, yeah.
Why isn't Azir using his passive onto the top lane turret? to deal with these super minions. Okay, he was dead, maybe that's why. But that's gonna be a third inhibitor.
And well, a big engage from Penguins. They are going to get
Afting
first. Now
Curtain call, let's see if they can finish someone off. Body slam connects. And he's
as well.
Go
and
down.
a fourth shot coming down now. Penguins will
guys,
will burn
don't
down.
chase. Okay.
Yeah, just defend the base.
Take care of the minions. They're just
and
going
that
to
is
the Drake.
the third Ocean Drake. Now, 3 Ocean Drakes. I don't see the profit over there, but well, maybe it could help out with the sieges quite a lot, because 3 Ocean Drakes you suddenly become Garen.
Yeah, exactly. You step away for a couple of seconds, and then there's a Garen passive clicking in, and you're full HP already, dealing with as much poke as they can. Okay, finally, the Azure passive being used in the mid lane to hold off these minions. Maybe not the best timing, because it will be on cooldown for the next time they will be sieged, so it won't be used to cover one of the side lanes in that situation.
But, well, top lane inhibitor will respawn pretty soon, like a couple of waves, or even less. Well, I think 2 waves, I'm not pretty sure. I don't even know the timing, I never catch the timing, but I have a feel for them.
Okay, Hook misses onto Afting. He's just trying to set some vision in the jungle. He won't be picked up here.
Well, captive audience. We'll just slow it down for a bit, but it does not matter because they're already fully set for the Baron.
Yeah, they don't have any control of the top side jungle. Jalgris have everything they need to deal with the situation. An interesting build from Evelyn coming out. She's going straight for Rabadons.
Yeah, why not at this point? Because they need to burst down the Azure as soon as possible before they can get away, before Lantern comes in. Same for Jhin.
Yeah, for sure. They're just trying to deal with all these minions coming into the base, and the games are not changing at all. As we said, the macro decisions are what hurt for Coinflip Gaming. They're just trying to make compensate for it in the team fights. But
and I was one wave off in terms of the inhibitor. So
and
pretty close.
Baron minions coming
and
on.
the cannon, second cannon will be coming soon. And an engage onto Frexy.
Will Smucker go down? Will Afting go down? But there's a flank already coming on to Coinflip Gaming. Barca is trying to finish someone off.
Rimtolis 1v3 over there. Frexy gets a kill.
So much damage. And Penguins onto Rimtolis right now. But Barca
is
a
savage over now.
And all inhibitors going down, and it's Penguins going down as well.
Spurge's on
Destiny?
And he just bursts him down. Now can Spurge's do something here? He still has the ultimate.
Oh, let's go!
Into Fountain.
Triple ultimate, getting 2 kills
but
there for Onyas.
That is going to be game 2, or is it? Yeah, that is for sure game 2. Nothing that Onyas can do here. And he even survives, but pretty clean 2-0, I would say, for Jalgris. So.
Yeah, Jalgris, I think, weren't sweating at all, even though they were like losing a couple of the team fights, losing kills here and there. They were not sweating because they felt in control throughout the whole game. And Spurge's showing such a great performance onto the Azir.
Yeah, in both games he had a great performance.
Yeah, they just, I don't know, Coinflip Gaming just failed to have maybe a definite shot caller in their team. Maybe that's the problem they have.
Maybe they need to get some scrims specifically with Jalgris. To just learn something from them, because Jalgris knew what to do at all times.
Exactly. And yeah, okay, finally the Poker is showing in the damage charts, doing a bunch of damage here. And yeah, that's a 2-0 for the Lithuanians against the Latvians.
2-0, 3 points going to Jalgris. And well, last season they had a bit of a rough start, I would say. And then they got victory after victory. And if you get these 2-0s, then yeah, if you get these 2-0s, you climb the ladder, climb the ranking even faster.
The system is a bit different now, and if a situation comes up where you get a tie, it hurts really bad. But if you get a 2-0, there's 3 points, and you're gonna climb the ladder very quickly. So, good job by Jalgris beating this strong Latvian team.
And yeah, that's one victory. Let's see the other victory. We had Vault a giveaway today, so if you wrote a hashtag Vault, then now we will, now we can just congratulate the winner. You'll see it in the chat. If you're the winner, write to BSL at BSL.pro to claim your prize, 10 euros of Vault credit. Maybe after you order something, send us a picture if that's something extravagant and something we haven't tried out. Maybe some new cuisine. So yeah, just congratulations. And I don't know what to take after these two games, other than maybe this is an audition for Spurges.
Audition for Spurges, yeah. The performance from him has been very solid even in the previous season. Even though they didn't qualify for playoffs, his gameplay was really strong, and teams need to start recognizing that and pick him up in even stronger rosters. But at the same time, I don't want to say that Penguins had a bad showing. This was his debut. He did play pretty well.
He had a great early game, but he fell when the main macro decisions had to be made. And that is something he will have to learn. That's something everyone has to learn eventually.
We saw that the nerves got to him when he was trying to dive Twisted Fate in the top lane. We saw him slip up, miss several abilities in a row, and that can happen when you're playing against such a strong team as Žalgiris. It's a high pressure situation, but props to Penguins as well. I think he had a great showing these games.
Well, it was a great game. Now let's check out about what we saw this weekend. Now we didn't see much, but we'll probably see it some other day. Now yesterday we had one best of 2 between Skill Difference versus Iron Wolves,
which was very exciting.
It was very exciting, and Big Mac taking a win versus Iron Wolves, and all the team played pretty well, I would say. Iron Wolves took the game too because they're Iron Wolves. They understood you have to play it seriously.
They played out the warm up, and then the game 2 came around.
Yeah, and today, well, Žalgiris versus Team Conflict Gaming at 2-0. Now, unfortunately, we'll not be able to see, but I mentioned yesterday the match of the week, P9 versus Datorpaso. That's going to be played off stream.
Yeah, good luck to P9. They are participating in a different LAN tournament this weekend. I hope they do well, represent the Latvia as one of the strongest players in Baltics.
And, well, for now?
Yeah, and Falcon eSports won't be playing this match this weekend again.
Or is it this season? Is it this season? It is this season, so unfortunately...
Yeah, Falcon eSports might have some internal issues, which we probably won't talk about. We don't know the information, but Falcon eSports might be disqualified completely from this season.
And yeah, well, missing 3 weeks, that's
quite a penalty.
Quite big of a reason. Yeah. I would say. So, thank you all for watching. Derek Danger and Arlight. And we'll see you next week. And on Monday at 10:30. What is that? Yeah. No, not 10:30. But anyways, if you like other games, if you like PUBG, if you like CSGO, check out the schedule for those games. And well, for League of Legends action, we'll be here next week, 11 a.m. as usual. So thank you for watching.
This fire in my head got me on edge. I'm going out tonight. Faded on a thread, don't know what's next. I wanna feel alive. I kissed a stranger in a white dress. She put a crown on top of my head. Said every king needs a queen in his bed. I said, hey girl, I'd like to stay here for a while, just you and I. Far from the places we can't get away from. She said, hey boy, I like your style. I'll let you play me for a while. Play me till the sun rises. Play me like a violin. With you now, not coming down. Leave my insanity up here in the clouds. Look what we found, oxygen we can breathe. Let the madness slowly undress. Rip the mask off over our heads. We can dive down deeper instead. I said, hey girl, I'd like to stay here for a while, just you and I, far from the places we can't get away from. She said, hey boy, I like your style, I'll let you play me for a while. Play me till the sun rises, play me like a violin. Play me till the sun rises, play me till your hands give in, play me like a violin. Play me till the sun rises, play me till you can't hide it, play me like